get the. I'm just gonna go fucking right into that shit. There we go. Boom. Boom. See, Joe's already here. Fast, quick, and early, aren't we? Let me turn. Closes the door. Actually, hold up. I forgot to refill my drink. It's always a good thing to do. I'll be right back while I'm doing that. All that shit. Yeah, shit. Move this over here like that. Cool. 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 Ugh. There we go. Boom. Rolling, 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 rawhide. Hold up. So what? The Blues Brothers did it too? Hey. Ah, shit. I should probably... There we go. I just looked down and I realized, wait a minute. I should probably not. So, I will not. I would like to, though, because I kind of want to listen to the song. Is there one where it isn't Frankie Liane? Oh, that's Vevo. Damn it. No. Nah, no, there's no way. God damn it. There's no way. Never mind. That's a shame. For alert. Nah. It's too popular. I know. I was thinking I could do it, but I can't. There's no way. I thought I could probably find an alternative in there, but there was just no way. So whatever. Oh well. Oh well. We always got Mongolian throat singing to fall back to. We know that. Don't you check your videos? Yes. It was fine earlier. But I guess it didn't want to cooperate that time. So it's unlisted. I didn't take it down. I'm thinking I could probably fix it later. But, oh well. Whatever. Nah. Man, there's a lot of... There's like more and more clips as it goes on with Alex Jones. And it's just crazy, dude. The clips for Alex Jones just continue to grow stronger. Oh my god, dude! 4 hours and 40 fucking minutes.
As long as we want, man. No.
God, that's... Dude, I'm done with technology. I'm just done with fucking technology. No. No.
Here we go. 4, 3.
I want to know like his first words spoken.
Yes, Alex Jones. We're live. Wow, it's good to be back for the second visit. It's good to be here, man. It's good to see you. We've got Trump meeting with Kim Jong-un. We've got the Cohen hearings in Congress. A lot of energy going on. A lot of things are...
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay, cool. First moments spoken on the JRE show with Alex Jones the second time. I still can't believe that happened, dude. I can't believe that happened yesterday. Like, goddamn. That's just brutal, dude. And then Eddie Bravo comes out of nowhere later. When did he show up? Oh, he showed up like, oh, they were puffing on some. Oh, they got some of the ganjawanas. Oh shit.
And I was like 13, tied up, and she lived down the street. No. She goes, I got permission, so I was pretty young. And she goes, I have sex with you. It's a true story. I'll have sex with you if you let me put makeup on you. So the girl puts the makeup on and has sex with her, and she's super hot. And then like a week later, she goes, now I'm going to choke you out. And that relationship went really well until her like 30-year-old boyfriend caught me at her place once because her mom was always working.
Oh my
and
god!
tried to kill me in the parking lot.
Oh my god! I'll have sex with you. I can put makeup on you.
I let her. It's a full deal.
You listen. You're a wise man. That bitch can dress.
You're a wise man. Oh, dude, his smile, dude. He's so pleasantly happy about this. He's so pleasantly happy, dude. Look at him. He's so pleasantly happy. He's just so pleasant. He just told that story, dude. Oh, come on, switch the fucking camera, dude. There we go. But oh my goodness, it's just amusing, dude. He's so happy and gleeful. He told that story. He's like, oh my god, I'm so happy now. Oh man, he's a good storyteller, man. I like this is why I honestly do kind of like Jones. He's a great storyteller and entertainer, man. Victory to the India. Bring on the nukes. I agree. Bring on the nukes. But guess what? Not so fast, because Pakistan has released the pilot and is de-escalating shit. So I guess we could thank Pakistan on this one for stepping up on the plate to de-escalate. So, hey, that rhymed. What a load of Bushaisa shit. Just, that's all I see. That's because you're a wise man, what a shit. Hindu people need to achieve supreme state of Amisha and Nirvana. What the fuck does that even mean? The Gautama demands nuclear annihilation. God damn, dude. What the fuck, Savage? I don't even know how to respond to that. Oh my goodness.
Clown.
Oh, there's the weed.
Anyways, this is the story. Here's some of the things I have, and we could go forever. Here goes. Not conspiracies, but real-world programs developing a breakaway civilization. What is a breakaway civilization? You understand that? It's the key to everything. Standardized total surveillance control grid. The power to spy is the power to control. Human-animal hybrid, we already covered that.
Yeah.
Mass farming of humanoid tissue, transhuman endgame.
We covered that.
Multi-layered binary weapon delivery systems. That's one we haven't had.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I will get into some of that. The thing is 5G behavioral modifications.
What is, did he even just get? What? I'm not even going to attempt. I just won't attempt. You just gotta listen and just be, you just get perplexed and just like, wow, I'm fascinated by this. That's not what you gotta do with Alex Jones, man. You just gotta be perplexed and just be like, sit there and just be in awe at his will and his whims. Adopting female puppy? Cool. It's not gonna be in the near future, but someday I'm gonna eventually get a dog myself. I could probably see it in like the next, I don't know, 2-3 years maybe. But just right now, I won't be able to. But hopefully, in the near future, that could be a possibility. Because that'd be awesome. Get a husky or like a German Shepherd or something. I want like a big dog if I were to get one. Because then we can go run around and shit. Like if I ever decide to go hunting or something, I can partially train the dog to be like a hunt dog or something, or at least take them on those type of trips. And I can also there's just more potential and just more of like a bond relationship you can make. Essentially. I mean, it makes sense considering that, wolves are essentially super big dogs. And we domesticated the smaller ones of those and eventually over time became the dogs we know today. So, yeah, makes sense. Plus, it's actually fun when you get to wrestle with them or play with them and shit. That's always fun. Because that's actually a challenge a little bit. It's a little bit of a challenge. That's why whenever I go to my brother's place, I always love going in there because I pretty much like, because his dog Cooper, it always is excited to see me. He's like, oh, playtime! He's like, oh my god, I get super playtime now! Because he knows I'm always like gonna, like, for like 20 minutes, like get worn down of just consistent like wrestling back and forth and like tackling him. He tackles me, throwing a ball around and trying to wrestle it out of his mouth and shit. It's fun. It's actually pretty fun. Once I'm worn down, he still wants to, continue. It's just like, bruh, you give me like 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes. I'll be ready later. I'm like, ugh. Sometimes he won't wait. He'll just like, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna, just like plop all over you and just be like, play, play, play. And just smacking all over me. It's just like, god damn it, dude. Funny month. That dog always texted you. I know, that's what I mean. He's just like, bah, 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 bah. He just doesn't give a shit. It's not even he is going after them. He just, because I'm just sitting here and I'm just chilling out, and he wants to get all up my grill, and I'm just like, okay, calm down. And then because I'm trying to get him off, he's gonna like just try to like use my legs as support. Sometimes he doesn't go after the legs, and it's painful. Especially when he's going like that and shit, like, doing stuff like that. It's just like, oh my lord. All that force being pushed. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun. I mean, that part at least. It's always fun to, whenever we're eventually getting a time where we can play and shit, but oh my god, when I'm just like, I'm ready to chill, and he still wants to like keep expulsion energy, and then he's all like, ah, give me energy. Whoa, I want energy. It's just like, chill. Like, I can only execute so much before I'm warned. I don't know how you do it. You're like a perpetually ADHD child, but like never ending energy. It's just like, you're like a little energy plant. I don't know how you work. It's funny. It's pretty funny. He's a great dog, though. There's only one time where I can say that he was actually not, but it was mostly on me. I was cooking some food, and he wanted outside, but I wasn't reading him right at first because I thought he was just wanting to play, and I happened to be on the phone too while cooking. So you can imagine the multitasking going on. So I kind of was just ignoring him. And then literally right when I get off the phone, I found out that he sort of had a deuce. Luckily, on the hard floor, but it was just like, you son of a bitch. But again, that was honestly mostly on my part because I was cooking. My brother actually happened to be on the phone talking to me. I was seeing how things were going. I'm like, yeah, we're all doing good. I'm just cooking some food now because I've played with him for like 3 hours and he is still energized and shit. And it's like, yep, all's good. Yeah, he doesn't really need to go outside yet, but I'm thinking he might need to soon. And that's honestly the worst part. I was mentioning how I was gonna let him out soon, and then it's just like, oh goddamn, dude, it just ended up being right as I was talking to him. It's like, oh my god. Oh, but other than that, he's always been really great. And even when he did do that, he had the most guiltiest face. He had just such a sad face on him when he, right in front, he was sat right in front of it and just looked immensely like sad and guilty. I could just tell there was this look on his face of where he didn't want to do that, and it's just like, oh my god, because he knew he was going to get some form, of like a punishment or something. But I was at least a little light because I kind of figured, I realized as the situation like progressed there for a sec, I was like, that wasn't his fault. I was just like, this isn't his fault. Just be stern and just let him out, let him stay there for a while. Clean this up, which I did, and pretty quick after that, I was like, all right, there we go. We're done. No more. But luckily, that was literally just a one-time thing. He's always been really great. But, dogs here, not as much. Hey, what to do? Still got that channel? We're probably just using it to sneak on here and say what to do. Oh, goddamn. I need to... Is there any? Yeah, there's still something left. Come on. There we go. We're just literally I just was literally discussing a story of a very shitty situation with a dog because Carl here is adopting. Let's talk about how I want to, and then how I like big dogs in general. So. Oh shit. Matt McConaughey? Who, Matthew McConaughey? If only I left his hair long. What, did he get his hair short or something? I'm not gonna regret looking him up really quick. His hair always looks kind of short. What is this? What, did he have his hair long at one point? Long hair. Oh shit, dude. He had a beard. Damn. He actually looks good with his beard going on like this. Check this out. All right, I dig it. I can feel it. I'm feeling it. Something I would rock, probably. Slick it all back. Just have a nice little short beard going on. Right on that. All right. Why didn't you keep this look? Like, this is like I'm only seeing a few pictures of this. Damn, you should have kept going for that look. Oh, wow. Young Matthew McConaughey has like long blonde curly hair and damn. Insane pectorals. Alrighty then. Oh man, dude. Oh, something dropped.
Where's the
real.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god, fuck you.
Okay, but let's tell me how the connection between aliens and the Nazis took place. When did all this start?
Let me begin.
And Dazed and Confused.
This is really, I'm telling you, Joe, this is a real deal.
I believe you.
This is you.
Yeah, that's when
It's people.
Yeah, I was about to say I like him in that too.
Genetically available.
Apparently, I look like a kid from Dazed and Confused. Oops, I accidentally skipped this a little bit. Let me just look up Dazed and Confused, and let me just try to find the kid that I apparently look like. Because I guess I apparently look like one of the kids in this movie. Images. Let me try to find them. Those are all the girls in the film. Yeah, he's a kid. So, which one do they say that I look like? Because I don't look like any of them. If any, like one of them looks more like Leonardo DiCaprio, which I guess is the one that looks closest to me. But there's only long hair. That's the only thing I can. Like, I always get this. Like, people always say that I always have looked like this. I don't get it. I actually want to, like, figure this out a little bit. I don't want the them and now. I just want the kid, I guess. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Apparently, okay, so this is the kid that I apparently look like. I apparently look like this fucking kid. Finally found him, but hold up. I apparently look like this kid. Let me actually get the slate off so y'all can check it out. Like, is there, like, I don't know. Is there a resemblance? I mean, there's another one of him. Oh god, he actually looks really like skimpy. But oh my lord, he just looks so blazed off his mind on that one. But I always get that I apparently look like this in your younger videos, sorta. My younger videos, there's most definite resemblance. God damn it! Really? I'm gonna look at my old videos really quick because I definitely know I got a lot more in my teen years compared to now. Let me just go on my old videos. Let me look at this. I've always been very perplexed because I really honestly don't fucking know. I don't get it, but let me oldest. Let's see. Wow, my oldest. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yeah, on my old ones, there's most definitely a resemblance. Oh my god. God, now I'm looking back and now I see it. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh wow. Some of these thumbnails honestly just are almost near identicals to some of these pictures. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god, no. What the fuck? That's funny. My lord, yeah, it's there. It's tremendously there. Most definitely. Birthday dabs. Did you bring that pizza for us? No, maybe, probably not. Most likely not. Get Barbara Streisand singing. Oh my god, no. We don't need no Barbara Streisand to come and murk us. Oh shit, I remember this. Okay, I found one of my old videos of birthday dabs, and it's when Robert took a dab, and I think it was the first time he did.
Nothing. It's cool. We just. Sorry, like this. Scan it, get it up there. Oh my god, I'm fucking so stunned. I'm fucking looking at the floor.
What the fuck?
In there, bro. Ready? Yep. Stop.
Go. See, there's nothing. You need something in there.
You don't see the smoke? Keep going. Oh
Keep
my
going.
gosh, Robert.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh yeah, just suck on me, Robert. Just suck on me.
God damn it.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. The dragon emerges.
He's just like, whoa.
Woo!
He's just like, oh shit. He's like, whoa. I love it. I love it. All right. All right. Enough reminiscing nostalgia in these old videos, and then in the weird resemblance of me and Dazed and Confused, I suppose. Oh my goodness. Autism tech. On that day, no, he didn't. He was just like, whoa. This is kind of thrown back a bit. Some of the ones are pretty funny. Yeah. For me, it's like it's a little different, you know, for me because they're, you know, videos from like 2 years ago of mine, and so I can't really like say exactly like how I, you know, how, if they're funny or not. Because to me, all of them on some level are kind of funny because they're kind of in a way cringy because they're some of my old shit, you know. I wouldn't say cringy in the sense of like negativity, but just like, oh man, I did that. Not necessarily like bad, like I was saying, but just kind of like how it came out, essentially. Quick jam sesh. Oh god, I don't even want to know how that ended up being. Like that one, I'll just be like, oh god. That's some Blues Fest. Oh shit, is this when I was up on the fucking top of
I just do that. Yeah, purple is just great.
I think we were.
We were up on this hill too. We climbed.
Oh no, it was afterwards. I climbed down the damn thing. Here, I could show you though. This was the Blues Fest that me and my friend Logan were where we climbed up the Hawthorne Bridge, and this is the beam we climbed up. And it's like a little ladder, as you could tell. So we climbed up about like halfway up the thing, and we smoked some weed, and then we came back down, and I recorded this.
It was there when we smoked a bulb up there. Yeah. This is all the time, so I don't smoke in it, but I'm already big, so it's okay.
It was near the end of it anyways. That's all I was catching. But it was pretty dope. It was crazy. Like, it was very windy up there. Like, down here it wasn't at all. But once we went up there, it was insanely windy. And I was saying how we, like, wasted, like, 4 to 5 bowls trying to load, like, 2 of them to smoke. And it was just, that was sad, but noble sacrifices, I would say. Noble sacrifices. Wow, I made a 50 sub special. Wow. Sad. Sad. What the fuck? Oh my god, some of these videos, dude. I just look at some of these, like, I could tell where I actually started getting better at doing them. But oh my god, there was a point where my hair was just cut to such a awful, terrible length. Ugh. Like, when did that haircut happen, dude? Let me look at the history. Oh god, I've had, oh, wow, there's the difference right here. Right here. I found it out. Last day of summer smokeout is the last time I had the long hair. And then the next video I made after that, smoke weed off my brother's bong. That's when it got short. Oh, that's when it happened. Somewhere in between those 2 videos. And and the brother bong video got actually like 350 something. That's funny. But god. I hate having my hair that fucking short, dude. It looks awful. Ugh. Why did I just not fucking put it in a hair bun or something? Like, some of these I have it tied back. Why didn't I just keep doing that? Why did I think this was okay? Ugh. That thumbnail, I just, like, gone. Oh, man. Yeah, now I'm starting to do it again. Here. Saw Death Angels, so there's those songs. Yeah, alright, now my hair's starting to get longer again. Oh. And then I started doing the streams by this point. Okay. Because my last video, I think doing this, my friend literally crawled through my window. And then I started doing the streams. Which my hair eventually looked like it got back to a mostly normal length for me. Then we can see the chronology of my hair growing from there. Which I can't even tell, because sometimes I can tell and sometimes I honestly can't. And in most of them I have my hair tied back now, so yeah. Damn. Trips. Oh, I remember this. This was literally right after my acid trip. I want to see what I look like in this one.
Boy. Oh my god. Look what you made me do. I go vertical. It's easier to hold, I guess. Fuck. Look at this. A dog has kidnapped me and took me to his domicile. Oh, he found a ball. Oh my god. Ah! Shit. Oh. Damn, son. Ah! Hey, boy, no. You can just not. Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's just him going all nuts. Let me see myself without the glass.
Hi. Hey, buddy. Hi. Because I just had. Man, I'm tired as fuck, dude. I haven't slept at all. Literally haven't slept at all.
I think I just kind of snuck it in there. I was like, yeah. I put my glasses back on because I think someone's like, what? Something weird with my eye? Fuck you. Is there? I can't even tell. Just looks like me.
Like 4 hours. Like, really. Like, honestly, it's just because I haven't.
Yeah. Your eyes look different. I can't even tell. Do they? I guess a little bit, but they just look a little glazed. But my eyes generally look glazed a lot. Drinking black people wine, cheap but good. Hey, I do it too. Every now and then. Just look at those eyes in that video. The buggy eyes. They weren't that buggy, whatever. No wonder you didn't sleep. You never sleep on that shit. Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's an acid trip. I kind of knew I was going to have an all-nighter, which I did. So, it happens. And I'm not that... Yeah, I was just like, whatever. It was just extra intense, and plus we were also exerting energy and doing shit all night that night. So, it made sense why it looked like I was just all like... I didn't even look that bad anyway in comparison. I just looked like I had a long night, which I did. So, yeah. Damn, these just go on forever now. Like, the past... How long... Like, I've been doing these, like, consistently, like, once a day for how long now? I can't even tell. They just go so far back at one point that it's hard to tell when I started consistently doing these. Besides, like, the last couple of months for sure. Like, I would say since my Iceland trip for sure. Definitely since then is, I'm back, yeah. That's actually surprisingly a short stream compared to what I've been doing. And I knew we were hella drunk on this. Let's actually, I want to look at this, dude. Let's see. Is there any comments on it? No.
Perfect. Oh, fuck, dude. Why is this just chilling here? Did Robert totally forgot to smoke this? He did. Okay. Well, that is out now. What'd it do? Felt like I'm not even. The trip's over. Indeed, dude. I'm back home. It's over. I don't want it to be over. I'm actually kind of. Yeah, it's already over, man. I'm sad. I really am sad here.
I'm just like, it's already over. I'm sad.
God. But,
wow, that was back when I had the it was this piece, but it was blue, and it had the fucking top of it ripped off, or it busted eventually at some point. I actually remember how that happens. Like my first piece, it was this one that was blue. And what happened is how eventually this top neck popped off about like, I don't know, maybe about like at this point, like around there. What I was literally smoking, and then I pulled, or at least tried to pull, but the bowl got stuck a little bit. But me trying to jolt, there was enough of a jolt, and I guess enough pressure from that light jolt to where it just snapped because there was a slight little crack going on. This one has one too a little bit, but it's not even noticeable or anything, so I'm not really worried about it. Plus, it was there when I bought it, so hasn't really changed much. So this one's been fine. But what the fuck did Jimmy's in his comments? I hate degenerates. Looks awesome. He also hates degenerates. What the fuck? That's amusing. When does it get like, here's where Pops comes in. I know shit gets crazy in this point because Rakia and Brennivan is involved.
Reykjavik on there?
Yeah, do you have my map skills? Where's Reykjavik?
Oh, this is
Point
easy.
to it.
Right there. And Keflavik is in that little peninsula at the very tip of that.
It's up and ready.
I'm just like, yeah, stuff's right there. Da, da, da. All right, well, damn, not as much happened in that current scenario. I know at the very end, it was just nonsense. Let me go near the end, honestly. Let me see how much nonsense it was. How nonsensical.
Have you heard about this thing called Momo?
About a what?
Momo.
Momo?
Yeah, Momo. It's actually talking to the kids in this Piglet movies, and basically it's telling them to either kill themselves or you don't tell lies,
Huh?
and I don't know. You might find something on the internet that's called Momo. This creature,
Huh?
it's basically some kind of creature that pops up on YouTubes and stuff and different things. So I don't know. They banned it a long time ago, and then actually it's coming back.
Huh?
That's what's on Clyde Lewis, anyway.
I have no idea what. Okay. I don't know what he's talking about. Something about a Momo, I guess. I have no idea. I'm confused. Oh shit, all the homies showed up at this point? Dude, what all happened in this stream, dude? I gotta rewatch this at one point.
Back to the tax redemption office at the airport, actually getting some money back, which is pretty cool. I like that. Back, I can't believe I spent 25 bucks on it.
I don't even. Hardly see in the background.
Coming from over,
You just showed up.
I showed up to his house to drop off some parts.
Oh, what? Oh, what's going on over here? Damn, son. Carl Harkar, what'd you do in this chat? Fuck the Blythe family. Curse upon the house of Blythe. Curse upon the house. Curse upon you, Henry. Senor Tomat. What, like, what? What did you do? What happened? What'd you do? What happened to the chat in here? What all happened in this? What happened here? In the drama room and lunch and tore his teacher's room up. Fuck that bitch, we got away with it. Damn, son. Went hardcore. What happened? Damn. Some shit happened in that chat. That was a crazy night in that chat. Tell you what. I'll tell you what, indeed. What month was the trip? The Iceland trip? October. The very 1st of October. Or technically the 2nd, but pretty much like the beginning of October. Gonna sip on some hobo wine. Hells yeah. Almost type of Tibetan meat dumpling. Huh. I met a Tibetan immigrant in Crested Butte, Colorado. Is intended Van der Steen named selling Tibetan meat dumplings. Momos. Best fucking thing I've ever had. Ooh, that sounds good, dude. I was on heroin at the time, man. Oh, damn, son. It was a little point in my life. It's back when I lived in Charleston. Okay. I was just like, what happened in the chat, son? I was like, damn, son. Crazy night in that chat. I know how I ended that was I saw you spamming end the show, and I'm like, all right, and I just did. I was like, all right, fine, then I'll end it. So I literally did. I probably was gonna keep going if that didn't happen, but we did it. But I did anyway, so that did. But it was good at least. It had to end at some point because that Brenovan made time kind of go woo, kind of a little lonely. Because those teetering in and out of consciousness. Oh damn, son. I'm actually pretty kind of surprised to remember that. Because that was a while ago at least. Like when was that? Oh, I got out of it. Hold on. I'll go see how long that was. Back in October, so it was like at least 4 months ago. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, 4 months ago. October 8th. Yeah, it was 4 months ago. Is it made from potatoes? I'm not, I don't know. The acid trip and the Iceland trip are fairly close together. They were. Let me see when that was. So October 8th. And when was my trip? The trip. Giggity swiggity. That was definitely a little. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. 6 months ago. Yeah, it was. Was actually pretty close.
Boy.
August 25th. Shit. Oh yeah, I had trouble remembering exactly when, but it was in August, and it was shortly after my 21st. I remember that. Yeah, okay. So it was the 24th. I had my acid trip on the 24th. Okay. All right. Date remembered. I bet it would be easy to get acid through the PDX security into Iceland. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Portland security is pretty lax anyway, but because they kind of know that the TSA is kind of shitty and doesn't really work, so they're just like, as long as you aren't obviously trying to bring guns or something dangerous, like they're not going to give that much of a shit, or like straight up hard narcotics or whatever. But for the most part, they're looking for threats like bombs, weapons, and stuff. They're not looking for drugs. Besides, if you know how to hide it, it can go right through. And actually, I remember my dad still had a little bag of weed when he came back from Iceland, and he was still in there and untouched. But to be fair, we all were kind of checked in a little bit of a way, so maybe the Icelandic security didn't really care to the fact that we had marijuana. Because we were all kind of freaking out a little bit about it, and I guess, and we sort of kind of lumped it onto Dad's bag, and it ended up being fine, so whatever. But there's no smoke or anything. No smell or small. Yeah. Again, I'm not too sure, but you know, as long as if you know how to hide it, I'm sure it's easy. I just would consume all of it before I left. That was kind of our goal. We brought just enough weed to think how long we can survive for the whole trip, and we only bought 2 grams and grounded most of it all up and put it in a little vial, and put that vial in a little bag, wrapped it all up, put it in a little coffee thing, and stuck it in there. Had a tiny little brew coffee before we left. Yeah. We just took like a little scoop out, had a little brew amongst ourselves, and just stuck it in there and closed it up. It didn't look like it was open, so. You just have to be careful when opening it so it's not like rough and all mangled and shit. So you want to be like when you open it, take the care to not fuck with it too much. Bag of beans? No, like ground up coffee. Like just travel size ground up coffee bag. I would have just brought a vape cartridge. Yeah, the thing is, the problem with it would be the metal. So if metal detection, so that would be the problem. Then if you have it on your person, and if it's in a bag, they'll probably check it. So that's. I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't know if it's enough for it to be picked up, but potentially. So I want to do a vape. Put in your dad's bag. Lol. Yeah, like my mom's idea was just like lump it on all his shit. He wasn't really too pleased with it, but it happened anyway, and it ended up being fine. So whatever. It was funny. It was kind of funny hearing about how he was just kind of the drug bag the entire time. I mean, that's kind of why he isn't allowed back into Canada technically. Well, I guess it ain't gonna matter anymore because they legalized weed, so he should be just fine. Because technically, he got detained because of drug smuggling and shit back in like the 70s and 80s. You know, back when marijuana was so prohibited and shit. So I'm sure, obviously, due to time change, that ain't gonna happen anymore. So I think he's welcome back. I think he'll be welcomed back into good old Canada, eh? Oh, wait, it might resemble too much of Venezuela for him to enjoy. It might be too Venezuela-ish for him to just participate in that. I'll just tie it up in a condom and orifice it. Damn. Banned your dad? I mean, I make the joke that Canada did, but I can't really make the joke anymore. like back when Canada still had marijuana not legalized on the books, like it made more sense because he was detained at Border Patrol, I think in Quebec, because I think it was in Iowa at the time, because he was going to Iowa State, and what happened was he didn't understand exactly what the border guard is saying because he's Quebecan. He's going to speak French most likely, or at least have a very uh, thick Quebecan French accent. So it's like, asking questions and shit, and he can't really understand. So he said what to one or too many of them instead of just simple yes or no's, and got pulled off to the side, and then eventually got busted for weed. So I always like to make the joke that Canada kicked my dad out and banned him, but I can't really make it anymore because they legalized it. So, damn, can't really say they did anymore. I mean, they didn't literally, but I like to make the joke they did. My dad got detained by the Macedonian border police when we were little. Oh shit! Opium and my grandfather, but everything was cleared up. Yeah, like everything was cleared up with this situation too. Like they called my dad's parents, and at the time they weren't too pleased. But they I don't think there was much of a financial thing or whatever. I don't know all the details about it, but it got cleared up. I knew that much. But still like to make the joke that it got banned from Canada. But oh well, can't anymore. Doesn't work. Well, I could say that they used to ban him from Canada before they legalized weed. I guess that works. They did ban him until they legalized weed. I mean, it doesn't really roll as much anymore, but I guess if I wanted to have the joke keep going, that's how I'd have to do it. But whatever, it's not as funny then. So, oh well, the joke had to retire at some point. I mean, it's not like any of you knew it, but it's a little inside joke between me and my friends and shit. And a little joke I always like to mention whenever it gets brought up. But now that I brought it up and realized, oh wait, can't work. Doesn't work anymore because they legalized. It's like, shit. Can't do it. Because it doesn't work. It's not compatible anymore. It's just like, fuck. Well, time to just work out with a different joke or something. Actually be creative instead of stealing stories off people. Yeah. And get the last little bits right there. Better let that back in. I got detained too scary. Oh jeez. It's like crossing in North Korea. Oh my god. Better have cleared his record. I'm sure it was. I don't even really know if he had a record in the first place from that. Because it wasn't technically him that got charged with it. I think it was one of his friends, but he was an accomplice, so he got detained for that. So they're like, well, you ain't coming back, and you ain't gonna come back and come in after that. So we're gonna find out who owns you or who's like your guardians or whatever the fuck, and own you. Oh my god, wow. My dad's a slave now, guys. but it's just like you're gonna find out who your guardians are. They're gonna pick you up, and you're getting the fuck out of here. It's just like, that's pretty much a summary of that situation. From what I can tell. Or from what I know. Not tell. I mean, I wasn't there. But I wasn't even alive. I don't even think I was a fucking sperm. I was like in the 70s or 80s or something. Somewhere around those times. Because my dad grew up in his late teens and early 20s and shit around that time. I had all these different things pulled up. And now I got too much shit pulled up. I got just too much shit. I guess we could get into aliens are interdimensional with the Alex Jones and shit. 'Cause that's always fun. When I was conceived.com. I should have a reason before I just go on some random website. Enter your birthday and calculates when your parents fucked. Okay. Okay. You sold me with that. Oh. Oh. Ah! What the fuck? Popping some bullshit on me. There we go. What the? Oh. Realtor.com. How did it get me to this? Is that what I wanted, you cunt? It just keeps putting me back here. What the hell? You traitor. You're trying to make me sell a home? I ain't selling this place. Probably be worth it at this point, but I don't know. So I'll look it up. Oh, here it is. Oh, now I brought it up. Okay. November 19th to November 27th, 1996. You might have been conceived on Thanksgiving. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I guess I'll have to ask the story about Thanksgiving on 1996 between my dad or something. Number one song that week, No Diggity by Blackstreet, featuring Dre. If your parents were listening to this, they definitely were not. Number one movie that week, Star Trek First Contact. Oh, jeez, my dad loves this movie. Maybe this is what got your parents in the mood. Oh man, I swear, if my dad said this is what was on Thanksgiving or something, oh no. Oh jeez. Oh man, this is a little too close for comfort right now, dude. Oh jeez. Too close for comfort. Don't want to think about it. I'm already thinking of a really bad scenario in my head of how this happened, dude. Oh no. Why'd I do that? Why did I do that? What the fuck? I didn't need to know that Star Trek First Contact was the number one. Why did it shit? Oh no! Oh my god! Please no! What the fuck? Oh man! Oh, what the fuck? Oh, jeez. My dad's a major Trekkie, and that happened to be the film. Look up when I was. It wouldn't be your birthdays. It's 9 months or so. Well, yeah, of course. Look up when I was. Well, I don't know when you're. Well, now I have to go find it again. I always have to go find this shit now. Why no? There it is. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm assuming 97. I think it was what? September? I already found mine. Oh. The honorable bonus. Boom. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna look up what my. So I know my dad's at least is. His is the 4th. His was a little sooner. Okay. Where is it? Oh. All right. So his doesn't have that much of a difference, but same thing, November. But cool. All right, I want to hear Alex Jones really quick to see what he has to say about some amazing things. I'm going to put it up to a slightly up speed.
The truth is, our bodies, this is a fact,
Hold on.
are a communal hive organism of all of our ancestors and all of their race memories, but not in just some compressed epigenetic system. It's beyond that. It's an electrochemical antenna
You're received in the same month,
that
lol.
connects to higher dimensions.
Oh my god.
Bodysuit, because our predecessors would put us in
What the
position
fuck?
without giving us a bodysuit that is them. Our families are loving us. They're holding us. They're wrapped all around us. Their strength, their will, their bad, their good, their sins.
I guess the month of November just happens to be a very good year for us August babies or something. It's just like, yeah. Winter's getting a little close. Huddle up. And just in time for the baby to get plumping up for the next winter. Most babies are conceived in wintertime, at least in the northern hemisphere. It makes total sense considering that winter is very cold, and how else are you going to stay warm, and what else are you going to do when you're bored as shit stuck inside? Gonna get a little action going, know what I'm saying?
Girls they lost, the woman they loved, the man they loved. All these people are able to get into so many things and have so many different experiences. And so all the shaman, all the ancient religions, everybody says there are the good ones and there are the bad ones. And people are interfacing. So you say, where does it begin? From the Tibetans to the Mesoamericans, to the Egyptians, to the Druids, to every ancient society describes the same thing. There are bad things that look like elves that have horns when they show you who they really are. And there are good things, but they don't contact you unless you contact them. And then they're almost not even concerned with what you're doing. I never bought into this, looked into it. But then I began to think about, what did I hear when I was a kid? What did I see? What was coming out in government documents? What was being admitted? When I read all these books about World War II and the Nazis and Hitler obsessed.
Has Alex Jones legitimately have done the DMT? Because this is some shit that people would probably say if they have smoked the DMT. I don't know, but that's just I actually will put this as a question. Well, there's nothing on anything about it besides him going on rants about it. Like DMT elves want the elites to kill us all. This was a 2011 article. Oh my god. He was saying this shit back in 2011? Oh my goodness. People take him seriously. What the fuck, this thumbnail? Spouts crazy bullshit like this with straight facing 24 hours channel. It's not even technically a news channel, but whatever.
The Dalai Lama and the Tibetans and what they drugs interface with this. And all the rituals they would do, and how they would believe that beyond the ether, like Skull and Bones is a German death cult, they do rituals and take drugs to talk to the goddesses. Well, they're just appearing as, sexy, beautiful women. It's whatever you want as these spirit guides, because lower entities will come in and violate your free will.
Alex Jones claimed that Clockwork Elves people claim to contact When on DMT are malevolent to demons. What? Look up Clockwork L. Yeah, I guess that's what I got to do because I sit here confused. What the fuck is this? What's his name here? Oops. Put M instead. Not finding anything here specifically. Huh. I'm trying to find. Oh wait, I think I might have found it.
Let me get a shit.
Oh my god, it's every time. Then it goes like this.
That sounds like
Latin a little
Hebrew.
bit. It sounds like what? Wow.
Huh.
Look at the writing. How crazy it looks.
Yeah, it looks like Lord of the Rings elf language.
One of those numbers is, I don't know what the fuck those words are, those letters. That's an alien language. That's, to me,
It's just like, oh, you looked at that gibberish and you saw that.
well, scholars, the whole thing with that is that these ancient languages, like all these stories came from these ancient languages. Like if you go way back to like ancient Sumer, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, there's all these Noah's Ark similarities. It's all
right.
There's a lot of stuff in all these ancient
and it's crazy. Because when I read about that shit in high school, I read some more about that guy that is the big DMT guy,
Terrence McKenna.
Yeah, because I think he projects a lot of his own horseshit into it. But that stuff
that McKenna does, or the
McKenna just let me tell you, when I never felt the thing.
People often report having visuals of elves when on DMT at high doses. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised necessarily because essentially, your brain's creating something from something that's similar, which is humans, because elves generally look human. Only there's like pointy ears and generally a few other minute differences. So I don't know. I would definitely be curious to do DMT just for this alone, too. But I don't know what they're talking about here.
And that felt so much like hallucinate, but like it was taking away a hallucination.
Yes.
And that is there's something so terrifying about that, but it's also like, wow, that's great. Like, and you feel like there has to be, just based on the shit you would see, even if it's just shit in your head, you're like, why would that even be in my head?
It's entirely possible that whatever the fuck consciousness is can pass from this stage into another stage. And the only reason why I would hesitate to say that's exactly what happens is because there's no proof one way or another. But it's
did it again. God damn it. Whatever. But interesting. There isn't definite proof, but I think there is definitely evidence, at least with DMT, that there is something that definitely changes about our consciousness with the alteration with DMT that is something that we just need to research more on, which is why I think legalizing it and helping it do the research and studies on people would help, I think. Oh my god. Various people exhibited, blah, blah, blah. Oh, someone has a little timestamp about all this stuff. Cool. That's pretty cool. Maybe this guy's timestamp will give me something to look at here. I think this is timestamp might be it.
And now you know, I mean, the Sonoran toad, right?
Yeah.
And so that toad, you excrete something on a glass, you excrete the venom. You actually have to torture the toad a little bit, or squeeze the venom, which is in the parotid glands. You squeeze it out on a slide, dry it out, and then you can smoke it. And it's about 11 to 15% 5-MeO.
Wow.
It's a heavy hit.
Do they know why this toad produces this in venom? I mean, is it psychoactive when you eat it?
Well, who knows? Yeah, who knows? Most toads produce bufotenine, right? Which is very close to 5-methoxy. And in fact, it's named after
I'm doing about
toads.
wormholes
The genus
today.
of
We've gone
toads
time
is
space.
bufo, right? Bufotenine is found in most of these toads.
I mean, wormholes
Bufo
is a totally different thing
alvarius
from that, though.
is the only species known that contains 5-methoxy DMT. So it's got this there's
Yeah,
a
that's
single
true.
gene mutation that lets it produce this
Don't make it wrong,
methoxylated,
though.
compound, which is much stronger than bufotenine.
Oh wow, let's pause. Oh, whatever.
And by the way, just to caution people, sometimes
We're saying for future space travel that normally may take years, we can learn about this. Sure, yeah.
That's not going to do it. No,
I mean, wormholes are definitely something that is a plausibility, but there's still some holes about it because we don't really know how to keep a wormhole stably open because they're not stable currently. At least the ones we were able to find, because they essentially destabilize instantly and crumble upon themselves. So that's still a fundamental problem. Black hole and antimatter, and they spew white hole and matter out. I mean, it's not necessarily true. I mean, black holes also excrete energy as well, or they expel mass as well. Not to like this, to the extent of what a white hole could potentially be, but I don't know if there's any evidence for that hypothesis yet. All right. Good night. See you next time. Skip it bye. I'm just sitting here slowly waiting for a friend who should have been here a while ago, to be honest. He says he'll be here at like certain times, but then literally never shows up at those times. Like, what time is it? Literally over an hour since he was supposed to be here. Let's say how Star Trek they're using him for war powers. War power Scotty. Did you autocorrect put that in there? War power Scotty. We know who he is. Well, yeah. Get out of this real quick. I don't want to have all this shit up here anyway. Have a bunch of random little stuff about. I was looking in on like the whole Venezuela shit, and I was just like reading a bunch of different articles on it. It's like, what's up? What's up all about this stuff? What's all about? Ugh. I just love how there's not much going on. I have a few things that I have pulled up that I can look at too. Can't believe Eddie and Jones had a whole thing about the flat Earth. Like, what the fuck? I want to hear more about this. I'm gonna skip a sec.
Is the primal seed of where all this happens. The Earth, all this potentiality, transmission for a larger plan, but evil's willing to come in and what does it say? Demoralize, get rid of children, don't have kids. Humans are bad. We'll be better once you're all gone. And it's because it's their operational mission for whatever reason that we'll understand later what's going on. So the Nazis, if you get the deep literature, they believed they were basically seancing and being possessed by entities that, I mean, it was before the Nazis. For whatever reason, it was the Germans that this happened to, and the Swiss. Like, they didn't discover LSD in the 30s. These people were running the psychology departments. They were interfacing with the occult. They were involved in all this crazy stuff, and it was all about their power and how great they were going to be. And the Germans were seduced. And they were seduced because they had high IQs, but more than that, they were psychically connected to each other and would work like robots. The Chinese and the EU want robots to replace us because they'll follow orders. And the Chinese are very conscious of their conscience. They're also very robotic. But the Germans are just as robotic. So this entity system picked Germans as its attempt, even in World War I, World War II, and it was manipulating the Brits as well, and offering them technologies, but two different paths. One was social control and all this other stuff with the Brits. The other was high-tech weapons, systems, interdimensional with the Germans. And so whoever these players are, you can dial into it, it's very dangerous. They're manipulating the British arm versus the German arm, and then they've got the Chinese arm that almost seems like a robot army. And so when you study it, the globalists go to these events, and they take bigger and bigger doses of drugs. They do electroshock. If you go back to the owners of Time Life books, didn't work just in the 20s and 30s of the LSD and other hallucinogens. At Apothecary, they were getting electroshock. They were having people turn their heart off to like try to communicate with these things, to try to be dominant and get that. So you go back thousands of years, Merlin, the archetypal.
Okay. Wow. Some level, you just don't know what to say to certain things like that. You just don't know what to say to something like that. Besides just be speechless and just be mesmerized at this beauty. At the beauty of it all. 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 The beauty, the beauty. Need to fix the audio of certain things that I uploaded. Cause goddamn. Looking at old comments, seeing shit that people are saying. Oh, shizzles. Hey, right? I don't even know what this comments or what video. Oh, it's because Sabaton's announcing a new album. That's why. Oh, that reminds me. I should pre-order that. I should pre-order that when it gets ready to get pre-ordered. That'd be amazing. Amazing. Thanks, Bucko. You know, honestly, I think I might just re-record it. Because I felt like I could have done that video better. So I might just do that. So, yeah. You know, let's... I found some nonsense. Trump-Kim bromance is not getting North Korea to give up nuclear weapons. I like how they portray this. Messages, it's fine, honestly. Like, I actually looked at it earlier and it ended up being alright once I realized. I was like, alright, let me actually look at this and change it. So, should be okay now, I'm hoping, but I'm always going to double check at this point. Didn't work. I said now, after I realized.
Chocolate chair.
at the Center for Strategic and International Studies and a former national security. She's also an MSNBC analyst. The panel is still here. Sahil, Stephanie, Danny.
Oh,
Victor.
Tyler, he just sent me a message. What did he say?
Let me get the Otto Warmbier thing out of the way first. It has been.
He had a riff he couldn't get out in his head. Oh my god.
For the president.
God, he's such a procrastinator, dude. Yep. You wanna know if I have a riff stuck in my head? I keep it in my head. And then I could play it out when I go back to it. Which is why I've been working. This is how I do my riffs usually.
In walking away from this deal, because that was just a reminder that he seems to believe anybody who says nice things about him.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate. That in 2017 was saying all sorts of things about human rights, invited Otto's parents to the State of the Union speech. But once he met Kim, he stopped talking about human rights. And when it was raised here, it's like not his problem anymore. When it was just a horrible performance in that regard.
Does that have any bearing on negotiations going forward? I mean, is there any sort of strategic reason why he would back off that we should,
no, I already have that.
should know about or give him any benefit of
My Husky, my current icon is what it is.
Trying to protect the North Korean leader and not offend him because he thinks there's still a chance for a deal. But what we've seen through 2 summits is this sort of bromance between the two of them is not getting this country to give up its nuclear weapons. And it became evidently clear at this meeting in Hanoi, where they were just, we were just not prepared. We were not prepared for what the North Koreans put on the table.
Right.
And
You weren't prepared for the fact that we're going to want to end the sanctions and end hostilities and tensions. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. I love how they're pushing this narrative about, like, what about Odo? It's like, yeah, it was terrible. Like, that's what we can really do about it now. So dumb, dude. Trying to push this narrative that, like, oh, Trump and Kim have a bromance, and that's not going to give them to give up nuclear weapons. You have to be hard. You can't be nice to them. Really? The hell else we're going to have diplomacy and relations to help achieve peace, especially in this region. Nice job, MSNBC. I thought you guys were about the left perspective on the mainstream media, and they're anti-war, aren't they? Oh, wait. No, you're not. You don't do that shit. Because your establishment hacks and a bunch of fucking fools that put on warmongering douchebags to push more war for the military-industrial complex. Nice. Nice one. While you're at it, why don't you just have hashtag bring on the nukes on the side of your fucking headers for now on? At least then I'd be watching you, because then I at least can appreciate that message. Official. Yeah. It's, here, I can show you what that picture is. It's, I have it actually right. I need to move it, but it's this one right here. I'll turn the flash on for you so you can check it out. I was very high on weed, like very high on weed. And oh shit, whatever. I'll pop it out. Anyway, it's this picture right here. I just had to zoom in and boop, popped it on the face. But that's it. I was really high once. I was like, I'm drawing that, so I did. Okay, there we go. Probably would have just been easier to do that in the first place, but I was like, I'll use this thing to do it. But it's too... The way I have a position is going to be too clunky. Don't leave me, that my LT is coming over. Yeah, I need you so when he makes cop-out excuses to capitalism, I can criticize him. And then you can back me up. Do you like torpedoes? When they work. So I can make a thing for you with that. What is he, a suit maker? I mean, just depends. I mean, that's just something that's not even in my mind right now. Try to consider that. What, heating torpedoes or petroelectric ones? I don't know. Any of them? All of them? I didn't know there's differences.
Or these magicians
God.
or these wizards are taking drugs in these temples and interfacing with these palantirs, these crystal balls, which aren't really crystal balls. It's their psychic focus of an interdimensional connection while they're on drugs looking into glass to then be able to see the future and understand what's happening to give them temporal power over this planet. But like the Bible tells you, any pharmakia or any of that always leads to destruction because only evil is going to come through that way. So we're basically have these light sockets. We can't jack into the higher unless it's our free will, and that takes time. We jack in to the evil. So you can jack into evil, you can't jack into good right away. So it's quicker, it's easier, like Yoda says about Darth Vader. Quicker, easier, more seductive. And so then I remember being a kid, and my parents, they don't really get mad about this, whatever. They didn't even know if they were here at the time. But they had friends that they knew at UT that were involved in research projects. And then they were, and 9 times out of 10, I heard about research projects in San Francisco. UT has some, MIT has a lot, and tell me anytime you want. But this was in like the 60s. They had virtual reality gloves where you put them on.
Okay, that's just, it's making this unbearable. How's this even a problem, dude? Will this work? Oh, it's those ones. Okay. Let's see what those ones are. Okay. No, I'm getting really tired of this, so I just want to fucking deal with this. I love how my actual PC plays that. It's kind of amusing. The Sensorama. The revolutionary motion picture system that takes you into another world with 3D, wide vision, motion, colors, stereo sound, aromas, wind, vibrations. Huh, interesting.
There's no way this was human technology.
So you've seen these foldable phones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the aliens have already taken over Samsung and Huawei.
Yeah,
So
they're
you think the aliens are taking over Samsung? Do you have something to do with Samsung?
Well, obviously, that's what I'm telling you is the Pentagon isn't worried about
What is all this,
astronauts.
Jamie?
This is the patent.
Wow. And notice that's the lease of the 60s.
I believe 1957.
So notice that's exactly what that's what my dad told me.
That's what our HTC Vive looks like. We have
Today. So
Huh. This pretty much looks like a VR set. I love how this is like seen as like this is just basically a prototype for our VR set. I don't get it.
this is big. My dad didn't tell me this until he saw Endgame, and he said, "No, son, we had virtual reality goggles, and we had CD-ROM, and we had things, and then something else happened."
I love how everything just has to be a fucking conspiracy. Like, the thing literally just looked like a prototype for a VR headset. That's literally like, imagine a VR headset, and that's pretty much what it looked like. Instead, it has like, you know, like little headphones from like actual headphones that would like be around here instead of just a little strap or something. It's just like, let's make a conspiracy out of it. Aliens, interdimensional beings. There we go.
I was shown 3 years ago what the University of Washington was doing under Bill Gates. And this is in the 90s.
What were they doing?
What do you do? They don't even know what they're being given. It's intravenous.
So you think it's some sort of alien intervention type kit?
They get even turn your heart off for 5 minutes, and they pump oxygen into your blood. And you're in the meetings. I've talked to people who are involved. I mean, top scientists, and you're in the meetings.
This is so absurd, dude.
Elves is the main group. But they're
So
like,
by shutting your heart off, it makes you have that psychedelic experience by keeping blood in your oxygen to keep you alive?
well, let's explain.
Okay.
The heart goes out. The
Right.
body thinks it's dead.
Right.
So you can stay in longer. I don't
Right.
know all the science behind it,
I understand.
but let's explain this. When
Lucky
you've
I don't
taken
either.
DMT or ayahuasca 200 times, like most are astronauts and test pilots aren't flying planes. Those are robots now. It's all mind war. So these dudes are like, it stops working once you've taken it hundreds of times. So then they start taking their most psychic people who are able to do this, and they turn their heart off. And then they put them into these events, and it's like the things that aliens tell them, they come out and they tell science, and it works. So
Like what kind of shit?
they didn't tell, they get killed for this stuff. So this is not the only thing that won't out here. Because when I finally figured this out, because I never touched aliens, I kind of knew the whole thing already. Here's what I'm telling you about. When I was a kid, 8, 9, whatever it was, this lady would come over that had known my parents since UT and was involved, and she'd talk about, yeah, we call it the psychedelic research institute, or whatever the name was. That's really a CIA deal, and we just can't find people that can handle it. They're going in. The elves want this, and the elves want us to basically reduce population and agree to these certain plans, and it's all this dehumanization.
Huh? I just don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I get left speechless to these circumstances. I get left utterly speechless. So I just don't know how to, like, how do I like even respond to just that, you know? Like, what? Ah, my goodness. My goodness. Just my goodness. Here's what I'll do really quick. Here's what I am gonna do. Whoa, SpaceX is launching something.
At T-minus 3 minutes and 37 seconds from liftoff, Falcon 9 is now moving into the final stages of countdown.
Oh shit!
With 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. The first stage should finish prop loading around T-minus 3 minutes, and the second stage at T-minus 2 minutes.
3 minutes until liftoff for the Falcon 9 Block 5
Now, at the T-minus 60
with the lunar lander.
be sure to listen for the call-out that Falcon 9 is in startup. This means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computer
Space IL's lunar lander.
countdown. The new Centaurus Saturn
The first Israeli moon mission.
F9 team is tracking no issues on the rocket. Weather's looking good. Range is green.
Ah.
And now.
Well, I'm not going to want to miss this, so I'm going to be right back really quick. Hold up. Refilling on my drink. Refilling my drink. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We got 1 minute till this thing launches. Q, Q, Q. Put that away later. Feel better? Well, now I'm seeing epic spaciness come. Oh, 20 seconds. Oh, shit. Y'all should at least see some of this. See a little bit of it. This is so bad. I don't care anymore. Oh, shit. Look at that. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Woo, look it go. Wow. Hold up, let me what the fuck? Damn, look at it go. Oh, this is the a cam on the rocket itself. I love these type of live streams, dude. They're so cool. That's awesome. Dope. In time, it'll leave the Earth's atmosphere. Stage 1's coming up. Imagine the heat created by the fuel release. Oh my, yeah. It'd be insane, dude. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool shot right there. I'm not going to lie. Wow. Just look at that. That's insane, dude. Just looks like a little fireball. That's cool, dude. That's awesome. It's kind of hot. Just kind of. Wow. Flames got immensely bigger. (5,500 kilometers an hour and rising. Holy shit. Just altitude is 47 kilometers and 48, 49, 50, 51, 52 kilometers, 53 kilometers. Just rising up. 56, 57. Oh, we're about to see a deployment. Oh, shit. Boom. Deployment right there. Wow. Now the other rocket's coming back down. Stage 1 landing will happen as the second stage engine cuts off. Cool. That's awesome. Well, it's over 103 kilometers up now. Smells good, dude.
While stage 2 is doing its job, stage 1 will be coming back home to Earth. And it will also execute two
Yeah, Rock's just doing his job. Yeah, he's just doing his thing.
traveling at roughly 2,300 meters per second, and this 3-engine burn helps to slow the stage down. The second of these stage 1 burns is called the landing burn. This is a single-engine burn that brings the vehicle speed down rapidly from about 250 meters per second all the way down to 2 meters per second in order to gently land on
Got Maple Bar just saying.
As I mentioned earlier,
Well, aren't you just a special little one? And getting yourself a nice bird for maple burr. Bird foo. Tremendous. Stage 1 entry burn. Oh, entry burn will happen soon. 2 minutes. Cool. I always love like observing these type of things. I'll leave this in the background because those things are so cool. That's what? Views on porn, I guess, whatever. That's just weird. Sorts of other nonsense. Just love it. Well, luckily, I got other shit I could look at later. But right now, I think this is looking a little more awesome. I want to see that landing. That'll be epic. Oh, entry burn. It's now within the confines of our Earth again. And I wanted to order a shepherd's pie, but when it came back, it was just a weird meatloaf. Isn't that what a shepherd's pie is in the first place? It's just a weird meatloaf. Just a weird, but amazingly diverse meatloaf. Wow, there's so many like particles that are like launching. Hold up, let me show you guys if it still happens. Look at that. Oh, the cam not work? Oh damn, the cam failed. No, the cam failed before it happened. I was gonna show what was going on. I can't wait till I can at least do some computer streams when that gets to be a thing. One day, just not currently. At least recording them is at least getting better slowly. I hope. I think. Not really. No. This got gravy and veg. This had neither and the little mashed potatoes. What the fuck? Damn. So it wasn't even like a weird meatloaf in the sense of a shepherd's pie meatloaf. It was just a weird meatloaf. Damn. Do just stuff. Indeed. I was low-key making kind of a joke because I wasn't actually serious about it being like a weird meatloaf. It is its own little thing. Whoa. Yeah, it got itself launched up out of Florida now. When are they gonna launch shit like up to like the West Coast or something? I want to see like some fucking rockets go in the air. Oh, did the landing happen? Oh, it did, but we missed it. Cool. Oh, was that the moon? Was there a cam that literally was on the moon? Not like literally on the moon, but like facing it. Dude, if that was so awesome to see the moon just chilling up there. That's epic. Most of the, I think, undiagnosed. I know I'm definitely am to some extent. I generally don't like self-diagnosing myself, but usually I can tell what I am, you know, when it comes to these type of things like OCD. I would say I'm not like OCD, but oh yeah, it is the moon. Oh, that's epic. It was the moon. Now they're just really confused on what fucking cam to go on. Funny. With OCD, I won't say I literally am OCD, but I do have a lot of elements of OCD that I share with people who are. So I might be, honestly. What are they playing? For beats. When I get food, I check out stuff like spices. I use so little in food anymore. It's all so bland. I know, dude. Like, people underspice shit. And people think I overspice stuff. Fuck no, dude. I spice it perfect. The only thing I would overspice is like pepper and salt or other seasonings, but I put that on my own dish, bitch. I make sure we get quality seasoning and spice when we make a dish, bro. So I flake that motherfucker on there, bro. People under-season stuff, dude. It's so sad. We don't appreciate our seasonings. Or our spices. How long gonna wait on him? Probably all fucking night. Hell, I mean, I got nothing better to do. I could fucking try to bump it lick to this. Well, I can't do it to that, so I won't do it to that. Message retracted? Fuck. Couldn't see what that was. just say, man, it's just, ooh, interesting shit it's showing. It's showing off the Israeli space program. Oh man, oh boy. Israel to oh man, that's what it all is. If we can't have the Earth, we'll have the moon. The moon will give us shekels. The one we pay for. Pretty much. I guarantee you this is probably on the taxpayer's dime. I mean, we used the space station in Florida, so I guarantee you it is. Hold up. Hold up. Better have this at least away or something before he arrives, because I guarantee you he's gonna not want to stop fucking touching this thing as soon as I do. God dang it, I'm dropping shit. There we go. Oh, they're replaying it now. Cool. I don't need to see it replayed. I already have seen it. So, kill. I guess they stopped playing it after a while. They're like, yeah, people get it. We know what we're doing. Leave us alone. Let's do our shit. Maybe it wasn't enough people watching the stream or something. Very low numbers compared to average. So they're like, yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. People can rewatch it later. Really want to play these other two videos, but I don't want that fucking static, dude. That.
Over the past weekend, the United States and self-appointed leader of Venezuela, Juan Guaido, attempted a spectacle. Using humanitarian aid as a pretense, the U.S. attempted to break through the border into Venezuela. These attempts were rebuffed. If the U.S. wanted to relieve Venezuela, it would eliminate sanctions and send its aid through the UN or the Red Cross or other reputable aid agencies. And in fact, the politicization and spectacle of aid is another incredibly damaging effect of U.S. foreign policy on the Venezuelan people, as well as, of course, some of the abuses and crackdown by the Maduro government.
You know what? Hold on. Just have an idea here. Momentary hiatus for just a second. I think I have a solution.
Oh. You must be off camera right now. Perhaps you'll answer the door. Hey guys. I'm another disembodied voice coming from the window. Coming in pretty soon.
Ah, jeez. So much effort for just so frugal things. Found my solution. Alright. This is gonna be temporary for now, but it'll work. I'll just be terrible and just have them just plop right here very horribly and very triggering to my OCD.
The speakers.
Yeah. It'll work though. Because this static shit is triggering me. And I mean that in a triggering way.
Trigger warning. We're going to get offended.
Fuck. I'll flip it around later, but in the meantime, this will work.
Boosh and boosh.
Boosh.
Come on. Come on, you whore. Get in there. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, get in there. Oh, slide it in.
No,
Hey,
no,
guys.
Right side. Yeah,
I'm back.
there we go.
Had a pretty long work day. It's cool though. I get Fridays off with my new job, but I do work 10-hour days. But the pay is pretty good now, so I can't complain.
And again, let's reset here by being real about the whole situation, but also getting back to some extreme.
Here, so you don't get horrible background noise. I'll balance this to the left.
And it's not super
basic principles.
Never mind, I'm balancing it to the right. I'm balancing it to the right. We're going to be right wing now. Never mind.
Hard for us to not understand here. But before we get to that, let's get to this. This is Donald Trump, who I think is actually, in his own bizarre and grotesque way here, being very.
He's resolved it.
There is a
I didn't solve it.
What?
Oh my god! I'm never gonna fix this.
I say Western, not really as a geography, but
Wait,
almost as a mind
what
state.
the fuck?
Capitalism is in question.
There we go.
There's a profound cynicism about the oligarchies and inequalities that define our lives. In fact, the same policies that have been exported and demanded.
Isn't that better now, chat? Wasn't it worth it for me to go for a while and come back? Now we can actually listen to shit, and it's not. I'm hoping so, at least. Let me make sure.
By Western governments, the United States.
Yeah, I'll replay it. But
over the past weekend,
Asian beats. What do they call that instrument?
I don't know.
It's like a.
This is the normal speed.
Oh, okay, you just sped it up.
Yeah.
Over the past weekend, the United States and self-appointed leader of Venezuela, Juan Guaido, attempted a spectacle. Using humanitarian aid as a pretense, the U.S. attempted to break through the border into Venezuela. These attempts were rebuffed.
So
the U.S. wanted to relieve it.
Supposedly, Maduro doesn't want humanitarian aid, but the United States and mainstream media is literally using it as propaganda so they can use this quote-unquote humanitarian aid that Elliot Abrams is perpetrating with the CIA to basically send militant weapons to far-right militants who are trying to overthrow Maduro. So basically, you have genuine protesters, which aren't even being violent and advocating for, just some common reforms in their policies and government. And then you got far-right militants who just want to overthrow it, which, that's happening. And then you got some guy propped up by the U.S. government, Juan Guaido, who initially was part of, these grassroots, like, university students doing some protests on, some reforms and shit. So we're literally meddling in a whole affairs and propped up a dude who is at least going to be enough of a puppet to us, to help make it look official for us to overthrow them by.
It's just basically like, what's been happening so far. Like, we've just been turning Latin, or at least the United States has just been turning Latin.
Here's some more about it.
On Earth too.
Here's the specifics about that, actually.
It's been that way for
We've got a very interesting
If you want someone who's I think is intelligent, who's good on being eloquent on a more like socialistic philosophy, this guy's good. Jason Ohuri.
Well, I'd rather
situation developing inside of Venezuela. It's very clear right now that the United States is carrying out an entire crusade against Venezuela. It's been trying to overthrow the country for about 20 years, and it's reaching a new...
Which is true. We tried to do that in 2002, which failed.
Venezuela has made it clear, we do not want...
Which helped consolidate more power to Chavez and made their country more corrupt.
They do not want it coming from the United States because of the whole Trojan horse aspect to it. So they said, no, we don't want it. Don't come here. We don't want you.
Even the international community doesn't want the U.S. sending aid to them because of this shit.
Do it. We don't want you here. Then they take those spots,
put them because the international community is sending aid, and Maduro is accepting that aid. They just
Venezuela after being repeatedly
just literally aren't accepting any aid.
No, what they're not.
I have no
idea.
idea.
Is not telling you is that they went to a whole bunch of far rightists asking them to help
something
bring
I have no idea,
in
but
illegally. Now, of course, the police in Venezuela came.
It's been a weird mood all day. I have no idea what the
blockade
problem
the
is.
roads. I'm not referring to those the one with the highway with the tanker trucks. That's a whole separate thing. That's
and these were and have you heard about the whole blockade on the highway? That highway wasn't even being used at all. It wasn't being used, and then supposedly Maduro's government propped him up, but they were propped up there by protesters and militants to make it look like they did, and then they just occupied it to drive them off and shit. So it's just literally events are just being skewed in all this shit because we should overthrow Maduro.
Something that had been set up for years that had nothing to do with it.
So all that smoke and fire is
stop it.
It's just from shit escalating stuff.
And a lot of volunteers,
those
possibly militiamen,
of course,
separate thing.
Well,
illegally. Now, of course, the police in Venezuela came up to stop these people, to blockade the roads. I'm not referring to those to the one with the highway with the tanker trucks. That's a whole separate thing. That was something that had been set up for years that had nothing to do with it. But the police are coming in to blockade it now, to stop it, and a lot of volunteers, possibly militiamen, I don't know, but very possibly are Chavista militiamen, telling them, no, do not come into the country. Now what happens is the people come in, the right-wingers come in and start throwing rocks and bottles, possibly even Molotovs at the militia and police forces. Then they all stop, put them down. Then the police and militias come in to force them out of the country. But the media only captures the part where the militia and the police are forcing them out. They just forget to post all the pictures of rightists from Colombia and some from Venezuela as well, attacking the people, telling them, no, don't come into the country. And that's exactly what's being done. And as a result of this, it's going to be used as an excuse to attack the Bolivarian government even further. And that's the situation that we're looking at right now. This is what's going on. This is not even all that different than what was done to Black Lives Matter. Police would go in, intentionally instigate the protesters into violence, but then only show the violence being carried out by the protesters in retaliation.
I'm sure you heard about one of the Portland police being tied in with a lot of...
I think I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same tactic, and it works beautifully because people will fall for it. The United States has no business sending any aid to Venezuela whatsoever, having been told they don't want it. Do not come here. We do not want your aid. We do not want your false charity. And yet they continue to force it in regardless. And when it's met with violence, they cry victim. That's the narrative that's being put here. And this is something that we have to oppose. This is something that's going to keep going on to justify it. Now, the average Marxist, they're not a horribly inhuman piece of garbage. They're going to support the Bolivarian government despite its flaws, despite the fact that it's not actually socialist, despite the fact that it's not Marxist. But they still have a right to exist. They still have a right to be free from U.S. imperialism. That's something.
I mean, they have a right to just be sovereign.
Yeah, the majority of Americans do support war on Venezuela because that's just the way the American people are. Because of some perceived self-superiority. We need to be able to tell others what to do because American exceptionalism. And that's the way it is. So it needs to be repeated. It needs to remind people that this is what's going on. This is what's going on inside this what's going on in the situation. This is the misinformation that's being put out. And then we, not even just us, anybody who just opposes war in general, should be acknowledging this as a lie. Not running around like Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard claiming to be against the wars, but always supporting the justification for them. We don't want war, but no, all the reasons for putting it are absolutely correct, which in effect is actually just supporting the war. It's called being a political opportunist, having your cake and eating it too, and it makes you a phony for doing so. So So this is a narrative that we need to push around the public, that this is a lie being used to justify suppression and invasion of Venezuela.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Overall, pretty much.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of had a little jab at Bernie and Gabbard there, but I think
Yeah,
it's a little bit more merited towards Bernie, I think, compared to Gabbard, because I think
I mean, Gabbard's just been on a huge anti-war
Yeah.
binge lately. I don't. She doesn't sound like she supports this.
At least for this, yeah. I mean, initially Bernie was a little copy, but but he made it clear in the town
was
hall.
a bad move on his part, though.
Yeah.
I have to admit, like, that was pretty stupid. I get that he was trying to, like...
Yeah, I mean, he made a
play
more
calculation.
clarified stance in a town hall that he had on CNN or something, so he came out and basically was like, yeah, there's problems, there's, issues that he's doing, that's terrible, but, like, hey, don't intervene. So, he pretty much kind of went on a whole big thing about that, which was good, so he clarified later, but... there's still questionabilities about his foreign policy that I don't have as much with Gabbard. Like, I mean, there's still some things, but not as much compared to him, So,
yeah,
I think it's at least, there is some merit to it, but I wouldn't say as much towards Gabbard compared. But overall, I think he has a really good, at least when it comes to a more far leftist perspective. Like, there's not as many of them on YouTube or at least not as many who are popular, but he's one of them that's relatively good.
If I was a fucking candidate, I'd be completely, absolutely, like, unapologetic about everything I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
obviously, the U.S. wants to send aid to the Venezuelan people. That's why they're sanctioning them. Yeah, and funny, that's the funny thing. They don't even mention the fact our sanctions is, like, one of the main causes as to why, shit's so fucked and why there's fucking starvation and shit. Like, because they're getting more impoverished and we're sanctioning them, and their economy is primarily based off oil because they're on top of the number one oil reserves, which is problematic for a lot of reasons, not just for their own economy, but because of our own self-interest and in any case for the U.S. government. But it's just that's definitely not. It's just a pile of just fuck. It's like, oh boy.
Damn.
It's probably honestly going to be another Vietnam. I'm just on a realistic perspective with that war criminal Bolton in there.
It sounds like it'll be another Vietnam for sure.
I mean,
fuck.
The thing is,
We're under a rock, except it's
The thing is, there's a potential to get it reverted and potentially for it to not happen, but I don't know.
I hope.
I have no idea, so hopefully, but...
As well, it would eliminate sanctions.
But this guy talks about, like, a strategy.
And send its aid through the UN or the Red Cross or other reputable aid agencies. And in fact, the politicization and spectacle of aid is another incredibly damaging effect of U.S. foreign policy on the Venezuelan people, as well as, of course...
Hold on, just coming here. The UN has an emergency meeting today in the Security Council. The U.S. proposal was voted down by Russia and China, then the U.S. voted down the Russian proposal. Yeah, because the U.S. proposal involves basically giving military weapons to right-wing militias in Venezuela, because we do that literally all the time in Latin America. So it makes total sense why they voted it down, and I would too. Should be. They should, like, we have no right, like, as a country, we don't have, like, a say whether we should be doing humanitarian aid or not, when our own country's in such fucking shambles and the amount of atrocities that, our own government does, so.
I know, and it's fucked up. I mean, the majority of the American people, I think just by default, they should be able to vote on the things that they want. On the things...
Like direct ballot initiatives?
Yeah, like a direct ballot. Like literally any issue.
I mean,
you should be able to vote on it.
I mean, the only one downside is if, like, the most popular thing is, what should we do about Vuvuzela? And then, it's like the people should, like, say we should intervene or not, then if most people are like, yeah, we should do that. That's not the only time I can really see a counter argument for it. It's just when it comes to certain situations like this. When so many people are, so pro, like, regime change Vuvuzela.
I get it. But, if you have...
Not saying I don't support it, though.
If you have, like, what is it called? A technocracy in place, where you only allow the well-educated people to vote, but you also
I'm pretty much at that point. I'm at that
You
point.
also improve the education system where anybody can get access to it and actually get the knowledge necessary to vote, to pay their fucking bills.
But you have to have like specific credentials to be in the office or whatever, essentially.
Yeah, but not only that, but
because there's a system in place where you go to essentially go do these specific things, like a system designed to where, hey, what do you want to grow up and do in life, and we try to aspire,
yeah, exactly. Like we
that
need
type of
to
technocracy.
reform the education system first, before
because that's my type of philosophy. It's like
we can limit, voting rights to just educated people.
Yeah,
and I know, like, to some people that sounds elitist, but like, if
in a way it is,
but
had
access to education that was decent
in this current,
it wouldn't be so elitist.
Because in this current system, it absolutely is. But I mean, if you were at least able to get a lot of these different reforms in place, before instilling that, then it won't be as much, because then for pretty much at that point, most people are going to be educated to an extent because of the system that got built in place that replaced the old one that was so obsolete. So, I mean, but we wouldn't know if that actually would 100% work because it hasn't been tried. So, I mean, at this point, we just need to at least get for that solution when it comes to domestic policy, at least for education specifically.
I guess we could look at like the other countries and see how educated they are. Like,
a lot more than ours.
Especially, well, really depends. I mean, I don't think anybody is more educated in, unless they're an oligarch. I don't think they're, any peasant in Saudi Arabia is more educated than we would be.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about, like, I guess modern Western.
Yeah,
that's like they are. Yeah, they are way more. Yeah, they are way more educated than like most Americans. Like, I remember when I was in Iceland, when I was talking to the two Austrians and shit. Like, they had a more neutral perspective on Trump because they, like, I remember one of them was saying, I feel like, for some things he might be good for U.S., but I feel like for the world, he's just really bad news. Like, even people in Europe knew internationally he's bad.
Even for the US,
but
bad news.
Yeah, and this was like literally like at the end of it was the end of like, when was it? It was just before the elections, I think. It was in October 2018. Yeah, so it was so it was just, it was like 2 years in his term. So he was saying, yeah, there was some good things in there, and I read about, but overall, it's not great and shit, because they just like, they looked at us about universal health care, and they're like, what you guys have there is just they kind of like stuttered for a second, and they're like, just immoral. I don't know what to say. It's just like, yeah, like, I think I looked at him like, it's so absurd. Like, I can literally like, go up to where we're staying just right over there and show you my mama, and she could give you a whole story, and it'd be the perfect example of why, and it's just like, cause it's just insane, like they know like how, fucked up it is for us. And they're just like, yeah, this is terrible. And, while we had a few minor disagreements, it was still, overall very pleasant and very fun conversation. And, cause there was things I'm like, because when you said, Trump was doing some good things, it was at the time where he didn't do a lot. I mean, he didn't even do the Korean summits yet, I don't think. So, I mean, I was like, I mean, there were some, like, when he did the whole thing about the whole carrier industry stuff, I mean, there were a few industries that got better overall, but some industries were crippled because of it, and the tax cuts were absolutely bad.
Like, I applied for a job at this place called American Wood Dryers. What they did is they manufactured kilns that would dry the timber, but then they outsourced the jobs, So I guess what China does is they'll actually buy our timber.
Yeah.
But then what happened was, like, those jobs, due to this tariff, got outsourced over to China to manufacture the kilns. So essentially, Trump, kind of ruined my opportunity to get that job. So when when people say like, yeah, Trump's bringing back the jobs, bullshit. In fact, there are very few people in the shop that I'm currently working at. I got laid off for my last job. Fuck you, Trump. That is a crock of shit. I'm living proof of that.
I think we all are.
If any buck-toothed, blithering fucking idiot wants to speak to me otherwise about it, like, unless you have some kind of empirical mathematical source or some sort of piece of data that's actually tangible, it's got to be from a university or at least some kind of independent outlet that doesn't have, a political leaning, like something neutral. Otherwise, you can fuck off.
Some of the abuses and crackdown by the Maduro government from some of the protesters as well. And again, let's reset here by being real about the whole situation, but also getting back to some extremely basic principles.
I have a few, but they don't come in as much anymore. I noticed.
Think they're mostly trolls, aren't they?
No, there's one who definitely isn't, but and he doesn't really come in as much anymore, but he's chill enough. He's chill enough to where
Still
him and I.
An idiot though.
I mean, it's basically at that point agree to disagree because I mean, we've had interesting discussions on like race and shit, even though I find it really just kind of absurd. But but we have before, and they've been civil for the most part.
Midgets have night vision, man.
Many are working so hard for us to not understand here.
Anybody could be a midget.
But before we get to that, let's get to this. This is Donald Trump, who I think is actually, in his own bizarre and grotesque way here, being very honest, which is that there is a crisis of legitimacy in the United States, in the whole Western world. And I say Western not really as a geography, but almost as a mind space. Capitalism is in question. There's a profound cynicism about the oligarchies and inequalities that define our lives. In fact, the same policies
really good.
that have been exported and demanded by Western governments, the United States, and multinational corporations and institutions like the World Bank and IMF that have locked into place austerity, inequality, and abuse in places across Latin America, Africa, and so on. They've migrated home. That's been one of the great stories. Of course, this began in the Reagan-Thatcher era, but it's significantly increased, and that's part of the map of the world you see today. So Donald Trump, whose economic populism scam is basically done, is out doubling down on white nationalism and racism with the border wall, but now he's bringing back the 80s religion of red bait. In an attempt
he always doubles down on the wall rhetoric.
So again,
the wall rhetoric, but like really racism.
Well, I mean the whole if you listen to here I can pull up a random thing about him.
I mean definitely some.
I would say at least Trump specifically is race insensitive, but
this
rhetoric.
He's an idiot.
Well, yeah.
Well, like it doesn't really mean much.
But a lot of his voters definitely will back him due to these racist or nationalistic views because of how they view Latin Americans and specifically Mexicans. And some of them don't realize it, and some of them are pretty blatant about it.
I mean, I'm gonna admit I'm a bigot when it comes to some degree, because like I don't like Abrahamists, But then again, that goes for all Christians, Muslims, Jews. I don't agree with what they do, and also if you're a Salafi Muslim and you practice it willingly, I just think you should fucking die. Like, that's just me.
I mean, they're just religious teachings are fucked up. But I mean, this person specifically is just depending on what they've done, really.
Well, I mean, if they're a raised Salafi and they didn't know any other way, or perhaps they, were made that way without a choice, that's justified. But like, if they are willing to practice Salafi Islam,
well, yeah, I mean that's a different
they should
case.
Fucking die. Like, they should just be put to death. They're just an extremist. They're just a terrorist, really. And same thing with like the extreme Orthodox Jews or the genocidal apartheid motherfuckers. Like, I don't hate all Jews because some Jews are actually reasonable. I know that's hard to believe.
There is.
Like they're actually Jews that are protesting against the Israeli apartheid.
Yeah,
that actually surprised me. But yeah, Zionists, they should fucking die. Like, Zionists ought to be killed. Those people are fucking savages. They just advocate for straight up genocide. Then again, I do, but only for them.
Yeah, so I mean, does that even make it better?
Not really. Still, I'm admitted to be a bigot, though, to some degree. But the bigotry still has some kind of reason behind it, other than
it doesn't make it justified though.
Against my God.
mean, it still doesn't make it justified though to essentially go down to their level at that point. I mean,
not really. It's cathartic though. It'd feel nice to have a world where all you have is Europe, Asia, and Africa. No Middle East.
I mean, it's not even a continent. I mean, it's part of Asia. I mean, technically,
Yeah,
Middle East is Asia.
Like, imagine that. No Middle Eastern culture. All you have, well, besides Egypt, because Egypt's fucking cool. But like, imagine that. Only Europe, Africa, and Asia, as well as like South America.
I mean, there was times back when
Imagine
it was.
that.
I mean, there was times where it's fluctuated, where it used to be like the Golden Age and Renaissance is what happened there. I mean, it's just due to
Yeah, but imagine
exploitation and
no Christianity, no Islam, no Judaism. Imagine how much better the fucking world would be.
how much better the world would be without religion, just in general.
But like those three religions were the ones that spearheaded this problem.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, because they're the three dominant ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and also Hinduism's. Well, I mean, the thing about Hinduism is it is subjective, but there are still
again that that makes
to
it
any
that's
religion.
that just makes Hinduism even more flawed if it's so subjective because it's like you could just kind of make it your own thing.
Make it your own
Like
thing.
Logan's like, oh
Make it up as you go
yeah, I
along,
mean
man.
Logan talks about it, and it's like there will be I'll really read religious teachings and stuff, and it'll be kind of contradictory or something different to something else, and I'll have to rethink my whole perspective. It's like could it be because that it's just all bullshit?
Well,
No,
not
like
only that, but it's like it really depends on what kind of person you are and where you came from as a culture.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you think it's bullshit or not, it's still.
Well, yeah, I
subjective.
mean, yeah, because I mean, same thing with like morality or like ethics
That's the same
and
thing,
everything.
too, yeah.
It's literally based on where you grow up.
Depend on that too. It also depends on
just
the geography of the environment you live in. Like
Yeah.
if you're in a barren desert where there's barely any vegetation around, you live off of meat, kill the animals to eat, then you're gonna not bat an eye if you fucking kill a cat just to
Yeah.
have a meal.
High
or just
metal
have
tea.
dinner.
Old fuck here, but I'm not
Hey.
Jewish or Muslim anyway.
That's fine. What I was saying last time, I was talking about the stereotype of the baby boomers sort of shouting off pejorative slurs against millennials or even Gen Z like us.
I mean,
But,
it's so weird.
you're cool though.
We're technically millennial, but some people call us Gen Z, and some people will
It's weird.
say that people who are Gen Xers are millennials and shit. Like it's so weird. It's like people
I
debate
think
this
all
shit.
millennial is just a demographic term. It's like, oh, this is the group where we sell A products to. And then the baby boomers is the group we sell the B products to.
Basically, pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, or not only that, but it could be anything. It's like, oh, let's sell all the Eagles' greatest hits records to the baby boomers,
And all
then
the
sell all the shitty pop music to the millennials. That's
back when the kids pop CDs used to be pop pushing.
Oh,
when I was a
God.
very young kid, I used to want that shit. But after a while, I got so tired of seeing the commercials, I ended up hating them. I'll admit, I used to want the kids pop CDs.
I was neutral initially when I was a little kid. I was just neutral to the whole thing, unfeeling about it. Oh, that exists.
Yeah.
That's there. Weird.
At
Okay.
first, I was, but then eventually I was like, I can dig it because I didn't really know what music I really liked yet. And for a while,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't even,
true.
dude. I didn't even really knew what music I liked up until freshman year, really, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, I never really had because around freshman year I tried to get into dubstep, and I think that's what really made me realize I'm not into that poppy shit or that
Yeah.
electronic stuff as much as I am.
I've heard
That's
some
what I
good
think that.
dubstep, but
So have
Skrillex
I.
is not there.
Yeah, I mean that's what got me into it. I did hear some
I mean,
good
I
shit
don't
that
love
people
it
did.
enough
Yeah,
to
there's
listen to it for
that's how
hours.
that's how I got into it. Was because I heard some songs that some people did that were like I remember the first dubstep song I liked. It was like a PewDiePie fan made one, and it actually wasn't bad at all. It was actually really good, and I was like, I can dig this, and I ended up just kind of looking at a few more, and it was just it ended up being And a few other friends showed me a few other different things like Mario dubstep and shit. And I was like, all right, this is all right, So I kind of had like a weird little sub dubstep I liked. But when I started branching into other shit, I'm like, oh god, this isn't as good as I thought it was. And then I listened back to the stuff I did listen to all the time, and I was like, it's not even really that good.
It's mediocre at best.
Yeah. I mean,
and then you discovered Nightwish.
Well, I knew them for a while.
Oh, okay.
See, like I knew what Nightwish since at least 8th grade. At least since then. Yeah. And then I didn't really get as into them until like around freshman year. And then like my main 2 metal bands was Rammstein and Nightwish for like years.
Oh.
And then around like junior year, I got into more bands like folk metal and shit. So it took a while for me to really find like my music, at least like to settle into something. And then I eventually branched off since then now.
Yeah,
but
folk metal is pretty awesome, or at least in my opinion. I don't like
it
some metalheads are like, I don't know, I really just prefer the clean slate style, man.
Oh, dude. This reminds me, dude. Hold up.
Dude.
Let me look up Nuclear Blast Records really quick. I'm not going to play anything because I will get copyrighted, but I want to just show you the comment section of a one song. I think I just did a song.
Of one song in particular?
By Brujeria. Here it is. American Saw.
Let's see what's due today.
Oh no, we're gonna get copyright struck because of audio samples from press conferences.
Look at all the triggered snowflakes in the comment section. I agree, dude. Calling Trump communist is ironic as hell. That's just kind of funny. I have to agree with that one.
I don't think that's what there's.
Look, hold on. Garbage. Look here. Garbage. Build the wall. The communists kill out the SARS. The cover makes little sense or demonstrates a gross lack of historical knowledge. Okay. Automatic dislike for politics, integration, and music. Does this person not understand?
Megadeth? What's Megadeth?
Oh,
hello.
Also you don't listen to Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica, Creator.
Okay, yeah, give that dude a thumbs up.
I'm giving this guy a thumbs up.
Because like even Metallica did. I mean, look at Injustice for All.
Agree, but hey, telling everyone about your sandy vagina has become popular today, so don't try, Lol. Get out of here. Says the guy who listens to basically an Out Signal AM radio station. Oh yeah, I don't listen to Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica, Creator, or other inspirational soulless shit. Oh wow, wow. Okay, whatever, dude. Wow.
Might have been sarcastic, but
dude, there's no way. There's no way. Dude, he's just being so condescending. You really don't care if it's a song has political content. You're just mad because the song goes against Trump. Let's be honest. Oh, here it comes. Hold on. What would you know about what I'm listening to? Wow, he said would poorly. What other random guys listen to? Like I said, I don't like politics in my book. That's all. And I don't like your thrash bands. I'm listening to diverse music. Okay. Ornette Coleman, Eric Dolphy, Electric Light Orchestra, Hatfield in the North, Camel to Venom, Dead Congregation,
Mournful go to Congregation, Coachella and do some acid, and then we're gonna drink some
Necros
overpriced
Christos
lattes.
Vastum. It has nothing to do with AM radio. I'm not a Trumpist, so I don't care whether it's against or for Trump. Yeah, sure, buddy. I'm not even a USA citizen to care about whoever's the president there. Music is stay away from such mundane, petty things as politics. Well, you don't get music, then, you fucking retard. Yeah, music and other forms of art must be away from human topics because Mr. Aintonislav doesn't like it. What a bitch, dude.
Tell me, Mr. Arbiter of what subject matters should be and not be in music.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Foreign metal bands hate Trump. So stunning. So brave. What a hot take. Wow.
Some sarcasm.
Oh, anti-Trump track. How brave and fresh.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck if it's brave, but technically it is fresh because he's only been president for 2 years so far, so fuck off. And yet here you are. Well, yeah, I'm sub to this channel. That's how YouTube works.
I have a lot of politically
they make you
charged
click
songs, but like, I'm not gonna do an anti-Trump song, like, because I hate Trump, but like at the same time,
that's just instantly dating the song. You know, to like one era. It's like,
wow, look at this one, dude. This is lame. Leftist cucks, please stay out of metal. There's nothing less metal than socialism, feels, and soy. Thumbs down. What a fucking... Wow, dude. What a snowflake. I'm not complaining about politics and music. You literally just were. I'm a Megadeth fan, a Suicidal Tendencies fan, a Rage Against the Machine fan. The whole anti-Trump thing is just predictable.
overdone and uninteresting.
While these guys aren't anti-Trump because he wasn't around then, they were talking about the same shit.
Yeah.
You retard.
Well, I mean,
because Trump just happens to be the big figure on the page, so he's a relevant topic when happens this
of
stuff.
The current time.
Yes.
But like, I get what he's saying though. Like,
oh my god,
ripping on one president in the era is kind of getting boring. I mean, the mainstream media.
I mean, it always happens. It's no different. To me, it's whatever because
it's like
it
just
always
because
happens.
a band has political material.
I mean, there's bands that ripped on Obama, there's bands that ripped on Bush, and I mean,
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine technically was raging against Bush. I mean, they were at the DNC and made a fucking show and ended up becoming a fucking riot. So I mean,
that sounds.
back
I
in,
gotta
like,
watch that. That sounds
dude,
fucking epic.
Yeah, dude, that's technically a live concert show. Rage
Holy fuck. How did I not know? So they actually threw a fucking riot in the DSC.
They didn't, but people did.
That is fucking awesome. Dude, like, if I was a metal band performing near there, I would hella incite a fucking riot. Even if it means I'm a, some kind of outlaw, I would fucking do it.
Yeah, Democratic convention here.
Oh. What would be really fucking awesome is if, like Nancy Pelosi ended up getting her ulna bone snapped or some shit.
Yeah, but yeah, this is in 2000 during the DNC.
Damn. Even an
This
upside down.
This is this is back when actually going out and protesting actually had a fucking organized movement and shit.
Yeah, I missed that. We need that back.
I'm not saying that there is any like movement behind any of these protests, but they're not organized enough to be this whole set thing.
We mostly have Antifags now.
It's not even really them. It's just, there's a lot of, like, I've been to a few, and it's just most part random people that just kind of come on and join. I mean, the main group, of course, is usually like Black Bloc or Antifa or whatever, at least for here. But sometimes it ain't just them. Sometimes it'll be like BLM or just some random little group, But they happen to come along because they're very connected to a lot of these protests and marches and shit. They're very close to knowing about it.
Speaking of a fucking awful group that loves to silence and censor people that don't share their opinions, I'm really fucking pissed off about what YouTube is currently doing.
Oh, I know. I've heard
with the
about it.
conspiracy theorists, like the whole reason. Like
the first thing they mentioned was they're doing it for anti-vaxxers and shit, which that part I honestly have no problem with, but that's literally the only thing I don't have a problem with, but everything else is just, but that's the cover up. Because they know most people probably are going to be in favor of that. Because like when I first heard that,
then, it's like,
because honestly, if there's any, exemptions I would make, it would definitely be for anti-vaxxers because they are legitimate, like actual health public threat. And, I'd consider them even fucking bioterrorists at that point.
I don't really believe in censorship. I think the best thing is to keep the debate going on, but allow the people who have stronger arguments to go, against them and prove them wrong. So they can expose them.
One thing that needs to be sure is just fucking mandatory vaccines.
For sure, yes.
Period.
Mandatory vaccines.
And unless you got like allergies or medical exemptions or or susceptible, like if you're
more things though that I'm very concerned about.
Yeah.
So all these fringe, conspiracy theory groups, even the anti-vaxxers, this will embolden them because they feel they feel that they're going to be persecuted and they're going to have this they're going to feel like they're marginalized. They're going to have this persecution complex because in some ways you kind of affirmed them.
Yeah.
And so whoever's fucking responsible for this, I think it's Susan Wachowski. Fuck you, you cunt. You are now responsible for creating radical fringe groups that will express all their hatred and bigotry. Now that they no longer have a platform here, they're going to fester, boil, and just turn into this huge, horrible movement that'll be a threat to tangible society. Thanks a lot, you fucking cunt. If anybody deserves to be raped, it's you.
Oh my god.
Fuck you.
I don't need to get me too'd.
I wish that there was some kind of... I hope there's a damnation. I hope there's a hell, because you fucking belong in it, you greedy piece of shit.
Fortunately, it won't happen, but because there isn't, but... Alright. The chronic. You need some chronic, sir. You need all the chronic.
My job doesn't allow that.
Fuck them. How dare they? In a fucking legal state.
No, a lot of private companies really do a lot of bullshit. I mean, I still want more regulations on private companies.
I actually heard it. I actually was looking up on some shit about Trader Joe's, and I actually found out something about Winco. So they're not technically a co-op. They're just employee owned. That's it.
Oh.
And there's actually, and then there's a. I actually looked up what that meant. And where did I read it up in? It was up in here, I think. Some corporations are majority employee owned. The term employee owned corporation often refers to such companies. Such organizations are similar to worker cooperatives, but unlike cooperatives, control of the company's capital is not necessarily evenly distributed. In many cases, voting rights are given to only certain shareholders, and more senior employees may be allocated more shares than new hires or hirees. Typically, they are not tied to compensation an employee receives from a company compared with cooperatives. ESOPs, which is what this is. Centered corporations often allow for company executives to have greater flexibility and control in governing and managing.
Oh, I see. So they're slightly better than a regular corporation.
Slightly. But not much.
Yeah,
while worker cooperatives is a cooperative that's self-owning and self-managing by its workers, its control may be exercised in a number of ways. Cooperative enterprise, and there is...
so Winco's not actually a co-op then?
Yeah. But
Trader Joe's is, right?
No, they're just a private company, but but they're definitely way better than Safeway. In fact, what I found is here, let me look them up. Here's what I found out. Trader Jose's. I can't actually say Jose's, but I like to say Jose's.
Right.
So it actually, the first Trader Joe's store was opened and founded by Joe Colombe in 1967. Oh my God, in Pasadena, California, and started in 1979. It was owned by German entrepreneur Theo Albrecht until his death in 2010. And when ownership passed to his heirs, Trader Joe's is a subsidiary of German supermarket chain ALDI Nord. The company has offices in Monrovia, California, and Boston, Massachusetts. So it's a subsidiary of a German company in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Nord left and Sud right. So there's two of them, which they're just retail. So that's probably why they're a lot better, because they probably have policies that are watered down from Aldi. So that's what it is, Aldi. Aldi Nord and then Aldi Sud. Yeah, so. Oh, yeah, here's Aldi in Germany. So, yeah, it's in all Aldi stores worldwide. So, they're in Australia, Italy, Germany, France, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Luxembourg.
So there are more Aldi Nord stores than Aldi Sud.
Yeah, in the U.S. too.
So that's so weird. So we have some, in various parts of Eastern Europe, and then
it's just kind of, it's just kind of all over the place.
But there's an Aldi Sud store just in South America. I forget which country that is.
Huh.
Just a little sliver, actually pretty big, but just a smaller area of South America. That's
Aldi US.
Okay, that's Nord. Okay.
Yeah, and then Trader Joe's for Nord.
So Sud is actually the most common then. Yeah.
Nah, it's kind of mostly distributed evenly, but yeah, for the most part, it looks like it.
But Sud has more land mass.
Well, let me see here. Looks like they just have more.
So that technically means that Trader Joe's is a subsidiary of a multinational company then.
Yeah, but it seems like, I mean, I never hear anything about them, so.
Well, I guess apparently they have criticisms according to the article. Or at least Trader Joe's does.
Oh, where? Where did you see that at? Oh, right here. The chain ranked on Greenpeace's sustainable seafood card. The packaging is excessive, even when produce sealed in plastic. The business model forces consumers to buy it in quantities large enough to encourage waste. Oh. Most Trader Joe's products are made on equipment shared with everything you might be allergic to, or philosophically opposed to eating.
That's only if you're a vegan faggot, though.
Or vegetarian. The retailer has been characterized as notoriously secretive. It's been criticized for a lack of transparency by management for the sources of products such as organic milk. Oh, needs update. September 2013.
I don't trust that then. Because if it needs an update,
the date event predicted near the tag has passed.
So just like the proverbial milk, it's expired.
In 2013, September, in response to the implementation of the Affordable Care Act, Trader Joe's explained that it would require part-time employees to work on average of 30 hours a week to qualify for Medicare insurance or medical insurance, with free coverage for basic dental and vision care, and still available for all crew members who work on average of 15 hours or more a week. Part-time employees qualifying will now be eligible for plans available under the ACA, but available only for those whose employers do not offer them an insurance plan. Those working full-time are unaffected. In June 2017, Trader Joe's launched the Puff Dog, a rolled spiced sausage meat wrapped in puff pastry. That just sounds good. Which it claimed to have invented. The social media and British and Commonwealth media pointed out that the sausage roll is a traditional British savory snack. Where bakery chain Greggs sells around 2.5 million rolls a week. Oh my god. That's kind of funny. That last one is more humorous, if anything. There's a hostage incident in Los Angeles in July 21st when a suspect fleeing the police crashed and ran at 3:30 p.m. local time. Fears of a hostage situation arose. Police were involved by 4 p.m. and there were reports that gunmen opened fire. A woman was killed during a standoff. Damn. As the 20-year-old suspect, Jean Elvin Atkins, was arrested. The suspect's 70-year-old grandmother, Mary Elizabeth Madison, was shot 7 times and was reported to be in critical condition. And another female hostage, perpetrator's girlfriend, was shot but merely grazed by the bullet. God damn, what the fuck did he do? Or what happened? Trader Joe's store employee, Melda Corrado, was shot and killed by police bullet as a suspect and his survivor with the police. Oh, what? By police?
Just like LA. It's
Los Angeles.
LA we know and love.
Yeah.
Fuck LA. Just fuck LA. That like.
All right, here's the incident. The shootings began on the evening of the 20th when Atkins' cousin spotted Atkins sleeping on his grandmother's home on 32nd Street near Long Beach Avenue with a gun under his pillow. Okay. According to Atkins' cousin, Charlene England, Atkins, who had lived with his grandmother since he was a young child, has been quarreling with his grandmother over his live-in girlfriend. The grandmother did not want her living in the home. Atkins shot his grandmother and his girlfriend around 1:30 p.m. on July 21st, a Saturday, and then forced his girlfriend, who was bleeding from the gunshot wound, into his grandmother's car and drove off. Several people who reported the incident, and LAPD was dispatched. A police helicopter traced his car into the Hollywood area, and respond officers gave chase near for 15 minutes. Oh my god. So what were they quarreling about? Oh, well, not wanting her to live in a home. So his grandmother's like, Atkins, you son of a bitch, I don't want your girlfriend living here. How dare you violate my home and domicile by putting her in this house?
I mean, that is kind of dumb on her part, but that doesn't justify fucking shit.
I know. I mean, then this motherfucker's like, this goddamn grandmother won't let me get laid, fucking have a girlfriend here. Always disturbs me, pops in every fucking 3 minutes like, don't have enough. You're in that bitch. It's like, God damn, bro.
That doesn't justify it. I mean, like, she's an old lady.
Oh my God. What
Isn't
the
she gonna
fuck,
forget
dude?
where her keys are? You could just lock her in the bedroom.
Oh
just
my
when
God.
you need to
What
get
the
busy.
What the
Just
fuck,
fucking
man?
lock her in a room or just like
Not even that.
install a fucking lock to keep
Like, dude,
your
what was
grandmother
his
from getting out of the door. I'm a cunt. That's what I would do. But at least I wouldn't shoot my fucking grandmother. I'm a cunt, and even I would say this. Like, that's what I would suggest. The alternative. Just lock her in her own room by installing a latch or, you know, a lock to keep her from coming out while you fuck your girlfriend.
So he then crashed his grandmother's Toyota
then you
into
wouldn't
a
have gotten
power
raped
pole
in prison.
in a Silver Lake in front of a
turned into
Trader
some
Joe's
big black dude's
supermarket
girlfriend.
on Hyperion Avenue at 3:30 p.m. Atkins emerged from the vehicle holding a handgun and firing at the police. Oh my God, what does he think this is, Grand Theft Auto? According to witnesses at the scene, Atkins fired at police officers at least twice. Corrado, the manager of the Trader Joe's store, was shot. There were between 40 to 50 people inside the store. The store manager was shot as Atkins, who emerged from his crashed car, fired at the police who were pursuing him as he ran towards the store. One of the bullets fired by an officer hit Corrado, according to LAPD Police Chief Michael Moore. Or Mikkel Moore, or whatever his fucking name is. Atkins held hostages inside the store for about 3 hours as police officers in tactical gear standing outside the store used mirrors to watch as hostage negotiators persuaded Atkins to release the hostages and surrender. The hostage negotiator worked in tandem with a customer who was inside the store, Melinda Moss. Mary Linda helped defuse the situation and served as a point of contact between LAPD and Atkins. With her help, around 6:30 p.m., Atkins agreed to handcuff himself and was led from the building accompanied by Mary Linda and 3 other hostages to ensure they would not be shot. And he was taken into custody.
Fuck.
20-year-old African American. Oh. He had lived with his grandmother since he was 7 years old. According to his cousin, Atkins had recently lost his job in 2 cars. Okay, that explains a little bit more now. That's building more of a situation here. Atkins had previously slashed the tires on his grandmother's car and broke the windows in the house. Why did that happen? No follow-up? Okay. The cousin described him as having a history of mental health problems. So that wasn't accounted for to ensure that, okay. As a quiet man who has been despondent about his future. Oh, gee. She quoted him as saying, "The next thing I do, I'm going to die doing it or I'm going to jail." He opened fire on police, but no officer was reported injured. The gunman was arrested, charged with murder, and was initially held on $2 million bail. Officers who received criticism for inadvertently killing Trader Joe's manager. I can imagine that.
But then again, it isn't an LAPD raid without at least one civilian dying. It's woefully incomplete without a civilian casualty.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, hold on. Despite warnings from one officer who said to his partner, do not shoot. We're going to keep our distance. Jill Lavoie, a former police reporter for the LA Times, criticized the LAPD, saying this is about training and tactics and how to minimize injury in fast-moving situations. She added, it's about knowing what you have to It's about knowing that you have a clear shot and knowing what's in the background and the periphery of the shot.
You just shot a civilian! I'm proud of you, rookie. We're going to promote you to corporal.
God damn. Yeah, but... Well, poor Trader Joe's.
Damn.
February 2012 protests at Trader Joe headquarters was... A wolf in sheep's clothing? Huh. Okay. Well, damn. They're cute. Cute Latinas. Uh-oh. Am I going to get Me Too'd or am I going to become a race trader? I'm going to get attacked by both sides on that one. Brace for impact, guys.
What? Both sides for what?
For saying those were cute Latinas.
Who the fuck cares?
Oh, dude.
Alex Jones
returns. He returns. I don't know if he actually did. I didn't see him do it yet. He returns to Joe Rogan. This was yesterday. On Wednesday, dude.
Tied up. And she lived down the street. No, she goes,
I got promiscuous when I was pretty young, like 12. And she goes, I'll have sex with you. It's a true story. I'll have sex with you if you let me put makeup on. So I'm not even against everything. So the girl puts the makeup on and I have sex with her. And she's super hot. And then like a week later, she goes, now I'm going to choke you out. And that relationship went really well until like 30-year-old boyfriend caught me at her place once because her mom was always working.
Oh my
and
God.
tried to kill me in the parking lot.
Oh my God. I'll have sex with you if I can put makeup on you. I let her.
Oh,
fuck. You listen, you're a wise man. That bitch can
We're
dress
kind of
like
happy and gleeful he is about telling his story.
Why not? Anyways,
Who
that's
gives a shit?
So
Is that how he lost
here's some of the things I have.
12?
And we could go forever. Here it
I
is.
think.
Put makeup on her, had sex.
I need to do it. The problem is every time I try to work out, the phone's ringing.
No, bullshit. Listen, you just get up early. Get up
Here,
early.
I went before all that.
Well, once you have surgery for your bicep and everything gets fixed, I think once you get your bicep torn, you're probably going to be a little bit out of action. But
That's at least 6 months.
No, you know what? Nowitzki had it done. It's fucking amazing.
I had my bicep done.
But to the shoulder or to the bicep?
No,
to the
I don't
elbow?
like this.
To the elbow.
Bicep to the shoulder.
Yeah, that's no different. No. You have
I want
to
to
do
choke out. We're talking freaking 100 million views.
No.
No, it would be ugly.
There's no need to choke you
You're
out.
assuming him shit.
This is one of the first things.
He literally went to Eddie. He literally went to Eddie. He's like, you know, I'm tired of this. I want you to choke me out. Choke me out, Eddie. Let's do it. I'll do it. Hey, man, choke me out. He's just like, I ain't gonna do it. You're gonna like sue me or some shit. No, dude. He's just like, no, bro. Dude, honestly, this guy irks me, man. You wanna know my pet peeve about him? He does this. That's how he laughs, dude.
That's the only thing. Like,
He made up on the phone one of the first things. You want me to?
It's so bad, dude.
No,
You might
hear it. You might hear it.
Those S&M.
I'm not into pain. When you get choked out, you like go somewhere, you're having a little dream, and then you come right back.
It's like DMT.
It is.
You hate that shit.
James on point as always.
All right, let's get serious.
Let's get
Let me
serious.
just say a few things before he goes down this road.
Okay.
These are the notes.
What are the roads?
These are the
We're not
notes.
Going down no road.
I have the
You
documents.
know what the road is.
You're talking about George Soros.
No. We passed that.
Okay.
What were we just talking about? You were talking about the strip club, the guy choking the girl out, the girl choking the guy out, the guy falling and hitting his head. And then what happened after that? Any ideas? Jamie? No one. Everyone's stupefied.
Or that.
One of that?
I remember one time I got choked out. I remember eating babies.
Oh, here we go.
I remember one. It was cool.
I don't think I've ever
It was
been
cool.
choked completely out.
The
Maybe
first
for
time
a second.
the first time I got choked out was like this 17-year-old super hot chick, and I was like 13,
Tied up.
and she lived down the street. No, she goes. I got promiscuous when I was pretty young, like 12.
All
She goes, "I
right.
have sex with
You know what? Right on, Alex. Right on.
That's true. 'Cause,
It's a true story.
There's not a lot of
I'll have sex with
13-year-olds
you
that
if you let me
can
put
get lucky
makeup
with
on.
a
So I'm not even against everything. So the girl puts the makeup on and I have sex with her, and she's super hot. And then like a week later, she goes, now I'm going to choke you out. And that
This is probably
relationship
where it
went
came
really
from.
well until like 30-year-old boyfriend caught me at her place once because her mom was always working and tried to kill me. in the
Oh my
parking lot.
god.
Oh my God. I'll have sex with you if I can put makeup on you.
I let her.
Oh my god,
Listen,
dude.
you're a wise man.
This
Bitch can dress me
is
up
why I
like-
love him, dude. He's a good entertainer, man. He's a really great entertainer. Like he's a good storyteller too. I mean, it's it's really fascinating.
I'm really hoping that Alex Jones is a troll.
I don't think he actually is like a troll per se, but I do think he is an entertainer at least.
I don't know.
He definitely qualifies to
I
be
don't
an
know how
entertainer.
anybody could take putting chemicals in the water and making the freaking frogs gay seriously.
A lot of people do. Only some people. I mean, to be fair, there was a weird merit to the story, but he took it so out of context.
Wait,
Like there,
what happened?
so there was I think there was like either a chemical leakage. I don't remember all the stories per se, details, but I do kind of know the gist of it. I think it was either like a chemical leak or something was released accidentally or incidentally into the water, and it ended up being the population of the frogs there ended up starting doing more homosexual sex and shit. So there was kind of some merit, but it was totally blown out of context and shit.
Damn, that is really fucking loud.
Damn, who was it?
I think it's Logan trying to call.
Oh, it happens to be on stream. uncle's heritage and karaoke pool.
Anyways, that's our story. So here's some of the things I have, and we can go forever. Here goes.
Oh.
Not conspiracies, but real-world programs developing a breakaway civilization. What is a breakaway civilization? You understand that? It's the key to everything. Standardized total surveillance control grid. The power to spy is the power to control. Human-animal hybrids, we covered that. Yeah. Mass farming of humanoid tissue, transhuman endgame. We covered that. Multi-layered binary weapon delivery systems. That's one we haven't had. What's that? Well, we'll get into some of that. The thing is 5G behavioral modifications. We hit that. Trojan horse delivery systems, cell phones, vaccines. GMOs have been tested and designed to hurt you. Again, vaccines are real. You can give somebody something that gives them the cure to another disease that they would get, but they're jacking it like a cell phone. They're adding stuff. Your ticket to immortality.
What do you think? Let's cover that. What do you think is happening with vaccines?
I know.
Okay, tell me what's going on.
I always use this because everyone's heard of it. Everyone heard about 1947 to 1983. And it only came public because the program was exposed in Peru and exposed in West Virginia. But the media picked up because it was white on black. Not all the white people have to. I don't care if you're black or white. Injecting over 1 million people with live syphilis in the name of vaccines. You know
that was actually true though. Like it was mostly Negroes that it happened to.
Yeah.
And over 40-something years only injected.
That's a fucked up case. It was because the U.S. government wanted to experiment what would happen to people on syphilis. Which is kind of needless. Maybe they wanted to update the research, but like it's kind of needless given the fact that like you have so much documentation from like, you know, ancient times to even like medieval times to Renaissance about what syphilis does to people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it'll stiffen up their limbs. In fact, in the Victorian era, when somebody would like, I'm only going to use this as a demonstration, they would take a glass and then they would lift up their pinky and then they'd kind of like, you know, wink at someone and go like, you know, it was like a, you know, a nonverbal signal to say that person's got syphilis, look out. But like, also it's very likely that Caligula, one of the emperors of Rome, he had
probably
syphilis.
have it. Most likely.
You know, he went insane because of it. Syphilis can actually eat away at your brain when left untreated for so long, which will cause insanity.
So a lot of our nobles probably were insane.
Because of that reason.
In the membrane.
Untreated syphilis.
Search engine.
You didn't have any reason. You hadn't had any
for
way
syphilis
to
experiments
syphilis.
in Tuskegee. It was in Peru.
Can I ask you this? Was the Tuskegee the conventional story that they had syphilis but they weren't really curing them?
That's a cover. No,
but is that what they say?
No, you have to read they were getting syphilis.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but was the conventional explanation of what happened was that they knew that they had it and they allowed them to...
This is how like people will take him serious. So he'll put grains of truth and then talk about crazy shit.
Yeah, that's true though, because like Alex Jones used to actually do this thing where he filmed the Bohemian Grove meetings, you know, like how creepy they were.
Yeah,
and then he just eventually just became a nut job. Yeah, he'll take like small grains of truth or half truths, and then he'll use them to prop up these.
Dude, he
like,
stood up
lies.
for a while for some reason. For part of this, he stood up.
He's an animated person for sure.
Seriously, dude.
I like the character. I mean, it's weird because I have similar mannerisms to him and a similar energy, but like I'm nowhere near as crazy as he is. Nowhere near as fucking crazy.
Same. It's
all over.
How do you say the temple name?
That's Mexico City.
Teotihuacan.
Mexico City.
I think I'm saying
Mexico City is where they think they killed about 5 million people. This is one day.
Fucking insane. They killed 80,000 people in a couple of days. That's bananas.
By the way, you go down there.
80,000.
Yeah, human sacrifices
and shit. Goes, the bones, and they pick up, and you're like, it's not gravel. It's petrified bones are everywhere.
Oh my god.
But let me go further. The priesthood were meat sellers. This happened in Europe as well. They would hang people up, and the stores, the market is below the temples, and so you would eat the meat, and the most valuable meat was warriors. Like if you won the ball throwing game that went on for days,
they would kill you.
They killed you.
The ones who won were murdered. This is the thing. They used to think that they sacrificed the losing team. Now they realize they sacrificed the winning team. I had a bit about it for a while where I was like, that must have been the longest fucking game ever. It was just
an honor to be sacrificed.
Fucking up.
They were all fighting because they wanted to fight. They believed that they wanted to die.
Yeah,
they told them, they said, Quetzalcoatl, the flying serpent.
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl, yeah. You're going to interface and upload to its brain.
And you look at the paintings, it's all like spaceships and dials, and they have perfect in the Spanish Museum for 20 years. Very on hooks because there's drawings on a 200-year-old Spanish textbooks. You can go see it. It's about like a half foot long. Looks like a jumbo jet with the windows and the engines. True or false? The Mayans smoked penis blood. They did. They did.
Yeah, that's true.
Penis blood?
Yeah, so what they would do is they did this ritual because they thought that they would like, they would see like the serpent, like they'd see a vision of Quetzalcoatl. So what they would do is they'd create this magical incantation, and then part of the incantation was creating an incision in the penis.
Yeah.
That would cause it to bleed to an extent. And they would, add it to the incantation and smoke it, which would give them the vision. This is true.
That's true. Those buildings, in my opinion,
They
is
smoke penis blood.
and in the World Trade Centers.
Dude, I think Eddie Bravo literally calls him a Zionist
I don't
shell.
like that. You be what?
He's been accused of covering things up, of being a bullshitter.
No, like I'm covering up. Like, oh,
Well,
Joe
that
Joe says
a
lot of people think you're a Zionist. Hologram planes.
A lot of people think you're a Zionist shill. You know that. That's the biggest one. That's the biggest one about Alex Jones.
I'll be honest with you.
That's the biggest one. People and you know what? I always have your back. Always. I said, you know what? If I didn't know him, I would probably think that too.
This is so
I know you. You are honestly making it a mission in your life to search for the truth. You're all about liberty. You're for real. You want the best for people. You're looking out for the people's best
interests.
interests.
Where I really
So whether you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you're wrong. But when
Joe, you want to say something?
you are old, so it's hard for me. I'm saying, I always have your back. It's hard for me to think you're like some Zionist chill. Like, I know this
listen,
motherfucker.
man. People make up rumors about all kinds of people. They come up with ideas that they want to.
Chill.
Wow.
Wait.
Clickbait.
Fox News?
No more news.
Oh, no more news. Okay. Wow, I totally misread that. Okay, yeah, I see it.
I want to try to get him literally doing his annoying little laugh.
Yeah. So it's like this weird, like.
Dude, let me try to find it, dude. It's so annoying.
Hello, freak bitches.
Is that a video?
But so Eddie, what do you don't think that like T-Rexes are real? Do you really?
When you look into when dinosaur bones are first discovered,
I want a meme that says when you look into ...
When you look into the timeline, it wasn't just like, oh, all dinosaurs were discovered. There was a timeline. There was a lot of fraudulent shit that was dudes saying, hey, look what I found. And go, bitch, that's just a whale bone. They're like, fuck. They were getting paid. There was a lot of fraud going on in the 1800s when they were discovering dinosaurs.
It's actually one of
what about like the way the Earth is, like the layers?
Yeah,
you can tell
it was
a certain time period from the layers.
If you're talking about carbon dating, there's a lot of science that goes back and forth. Like it ain't shit or it's real.
It doesn't necessarily mean evolution is proven because that
YouTube videos later.
How dumb? No. And then you brought it up again.
That's a fact. Evolution is a fact.
You brought it up again, like maybe 6 months later, and I said on your podcast, I said that is so dumb. That's got to be some kind of CIA psyop. It's got to be some kind of destruction.
Take a weird left turn?
And then I was in class, and one of them, we were talking about conspiracy theories, and my buddy Manny, full blown conspiracy theories. He goes, do you ever my jiu-jitsu class? He goes,
come on.
We're talking about my YouTube class.
I thought it was conspiracy class.
No.
Like, God, you go to school?
Teach.
No, I know that. I thought he meant like. Manny, what are you smoking?
I can't believe anything that ever comes out of his mouth again. That's what I thought. I'm like, Jesus. And I'm like, man,
I'm trying to. I want to.
He's lying. They're all in on it. It's a global thing.
So what do you think's going on up there?
I think all governments, most of them, the globalists, they're all working together to control their.
What's
their
the
people.
advantage though, Eddie? If the Earth isn't
This guy's nuts, dude.
Crazy. I'm crazy.
But what's the advantage?
He literally says, "I'm crazy. I'm crazy."
Then if
they control you, bro, with the ice wall,
fuck with us, keep you on a. There's, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
Doesn't make sense.
Why
would it
make sense?
Why
you just
look into
You could find the sense. You could find the sense.
No, the real
it's
problem
really easy.
would be
You put them on a ball because
again, I'm crazy. You put them on a ball. My guess is you're on a ball, you're nowhere. Don't try to go anywhere. Just stay there and work. Oh, hell no.
What the fuck? That makes no sense, dude.
You
want
want
they sat down.
a little
So
too
they
much.
sat down and said, you know what? We got to release some fake math that shows that you can demonstrate that the Earth is.
That we're moving. Do you guys just haven't looked into it? That's all it is.
You're
You
watching
guys haven't
YouTube
looked into it.
videos, Eddie. There's a difference you looking into it and watching YouTube videos.
So
You
let's say
can-
this. Okay, so
you
what if
watch
it's
them all
true?
on the same channel?
Okay, what if it's true that Albert
not
Einstein
following
said
this.
there
Everyone's
is no
talking over each
evidence
other.
that the Earth is spinning? What if he said he said a quote? You say that's not true. I saw it on YouTube. But what if we find out are rotating
They won't-
around Polaris?
They're not going to be in the
Polaris,
same spot. is what
because
I'm
they're
telling you.
rotating. They are moving.
Okay.
They are moving. But you're always going to see Polaris.
Why would you think that this is a conspiracy? Why would they lie about the Earth spinning when it's really the universe that?
I don't
Come
want
on,
you guys
blow
to
my
make fun of
mind,
it.
I'm trying to like
Everybody-
give an example.
Everybody making
Did he?
fun of
I
me
get,
for
did he?
flat
He must have not done it all in that one or some shit. Guy's nuts though. You can tell how kind of off the wall he is. That'll probably help.
Why can't you just look up Eddie Bravo laugh?
Because there's no specific videos of it. I've already tried. But Rogna. Joe Rogna. It's Rogna, not Rogan. It is La Rogna.
Maybe he wanted it to rhyme with
Oh, here we go. I think this one's
You just said you can't, but you can. That's the issue on some of these things with science. They are
Have you verified it?
Yes, they're
How did you
verifiable.
verify it?
I went to fucking physics class
And what is
at college. I got an A.
okay? So that proves that
Yes.
proves nuclear bombs.
He understands
No,
it,
okay.
Eddie. He can
I didn't make it to
explain
that
you how it
class.
works.
I quit college. I didn't keep going down the nuclear class. That's farther in than physics 111 and 112 at Ohio State. They don't give it to the freshmen.
Damn, I didn't go
It's
to
high
Ohio
level.
State.
That's it. I
And-
mean, if you want the answers, you can go get them. It's not just questions.
Out, but they realize that the threat of nuclear bombs is good enough.
But Eddie, you can see the bombs.
The atom bombs?
You
But
can
how do you
watch
know by
go
seeing
up.
them that they're
Did
real?
you ever see the one where they dropped the bomb in the ocean and they didn't know
he
how
might have did it
much of a
between
blast
this.
it would create?
But what I'm
So
saying,
they're
but what I'm
but they
saying
didn't
is,
have
all
the
I'm
fucking
saying is,
ability.
it looks like when it blows up. I don't know.
There's
Compared
nuclear.
to regular
I don't know. How
Eddie,
would you know the
listen to
difference?
him.
I'm not a
Eddie,
bomb
Eddie,
expert.
He's arguing that nuclear bombs might not be real, by the way.
But I'm saying, how can you tell? I know that
Because you can
people-
do
I don't know.
tests. You can do tests with those
I've
instruments.
never done those.
Wait,
I'm saying someone else figured it out. How can you look at a
The
bomb?
video
mushroom
evidence
clouds. They're very
to
unusual.
suggest-
It's not like a regular bomb.
I'm not saying that.
Pull that video
I'm
up.
just
Trying to
saying-
argue to me with a
Watch
straight
this.
face that
Watch
we
this
had
bomb.
CGI
Look, yeah,
that
look
could
at this.
simulate that shit.
Look at
I
that.
don't know. How do you know if that's
There's-
what
That
kind
is
of bomb that is?
the
overwhelming-
craziest amount of power you could ever imagine. I could
CGI
never imagine
cannot
something that
reproduce
can
that.
blow the ocean
With
a
dynamite,
mile into
Especially
the sky.
back in the
And that's just one
late
video
40s.
of
They
it.
just
There's
said
another one of those
dynamite.
videos where they do it from a distance. Where you look at the water where it's falling from.
I get
See
that.
if you can
but
find
do
one.
you understand? It could be a nuclear bomb. I'm saying all I'm
But
saying
why
is
guess?
how can you
Look at
know
that.
for sure?
Look at that.
How can you know for
how
sure?
many
whales died in this?
Oh, everything died.
Everyone.
They
They
made
all
some-
the fish.
They made some tuna salad out of that motherfucker.
All the fish are fine.
Look at the water
Best way
come
to
down.
put
How
it.
crazy that is.
With that boat's
I
fine.
thought he would have done there.
Look
Come
at that.
on.
Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of bomb that is. I don't know. Traditional bombs.
It's what difference does
know.
it make?
Because Eddie's
New work schedule. So I get up around the same time as Harley does nowadays.
Oh damn, dude.
Yeah, it's fine though. but
Floral's in right now,
Patterns
fellas.
of
I'm really
that.
starting
Floral
to get like
is
the
in
Harley
flowers?
sleepies.
You believe whatever you
Well,
want.
why would
You
you
know, or
consider
like
the
Harley,
best
you know, at some
Hey,
point
Brendan,
in
that's
the
a nice shirt.
late
Hey,
at
Dad,
night,
you
you know,
love
it just starts
Floral's
dozing
in
off.
there.
Yeah.
Patterns of that on that
Like,
shirt.
oh,
There's-
damn.
I'm just gonna give up on this. There's no way I'm finding it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But he does it, dude. I swear. I'm not crazy. Okay. Okay.
Like the Grudge. You know, he does that weird vocal fry thing.
It's not like that long, but I mean, it's just like it's about like that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. It's just like, oh my god, dude, it's so annoying. It's just irky, ridiculous. What do you think Roman baths were for? Oh, that was probably from our old thing from earlier.
Roman
All men
Reigns.
floating naked in the water, women surfing the fruit. Giggity giggity.
What were we talking about?
I don't even remember at this point. It was something earlier, but that's kind of the point of these streams. We just kind of like go in and out, and
That's different
we
subjects.
fade in and out of consciousness. But I will do a little wrap up. But before I do, I'll pull up something amazing. Did you see a little hint of my childhood?
You mean Is it an erotic old Greg fan fiction? The Mighty Boosh?
No.
Oh.
No. Boosh. Phil, give us some time. I managed to get Windows games compatible, so I got my childhood on here now.
Oh my god.
Y sí, señor.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
But this load game thing right here just doesn't want to cooperate.
I don't get it. This is supposed to be an amusement park. Why is the music so gloomy? I mean, there.
You had to give it some time.
Okay. That sounded so gloomy at first.
Yeah, but for some reason I can't really find out where the save games are and shit. Which is kind of annoying. But boom, bitch. Yeah. But
the entire land mass is yours.
Yeah, you do whatever the fuck you want to. Yeah, because eventually what I want to do is do a let's play where we build it up from scratch and just make this whole thing my place. Make it my thing. Yeah, it's snowing. Gotta get up a shovel. Oh my god. I was just showing him, and I wasn't even really gonna play. I just want to show him that because it's amazing. I have other interests in mind. Snazzy day. It's not even a daytime, sir. It's not even daytime. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. Just the absolute shame for not even getting it correct. Pish posh, sir. Pish.
Pish fucking posh.
Posh fucking pish.
Whoa.
What?
Sure.
There is actually so yeah, I actually wanna
Computer dismisses weird connectivity.
Oh yeah, this one's actually pretty awesome, dude.
Also, the planet is still dying.
San Francisco dismissed with help from a computer algorithm.
When
Dude,
the computer
can't
says
wait.
it's bullshit, it's clearly bullshit.
Can't wait for us to automate away all the lawyers. I honestly kind of am excited for that idea.
Fuck you, Jared.
Oh well. You can do another career.
Bernie's got baggage.
This is what I want to show.
Well, because our last Bernie Sanders, there's not really much going on with Bernie Sanders right now, but because our last one got a lot of views, I figured out something we could do.
Well, he's raised a lot of money, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Bernie's got baggage.
Yes.
Slate.
Bernie's got baggage.
I have
Hey, boo-boo.
How loose when I go travel with my wife.
Say steal my picnic basket.
Steal my picnic basket. Boo-boo.
Hey,
Okay,
boo-boo.
so this is all
Because I actually have
how
a
the conflict
sketch
was
of
evident,
Yogi Bear
January 2016.
in my on my bathroom wall.
Launched like a rocket within 24 hours.
You like to think about that Yogi Bear in your bathroom every now and then, don't you, boy?
What the fuck? It's not.
Yeah, you like to think
I
about
learned
it.
how to draw Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I bet you like that. You bet you like that Yogi Bear. You bet you like that little fuzzy bear boy, don't you?
Yeah.
You love a little
I
bear.
don't want to be a
You
part
love a
of-
little bear. You love a little bear dick up.
I don't
want to
be a part of your furry fantasies, thank you.
Yeah, you love. You love. Yeah, you love. Yeah, you love that bear.
Pervert.
Yeah, you love that bear booty. You want
Pervert.
that. You want.
I should
Yeah,
call you.
you want that bear booty, don't you? You cunt.
I prefer to stay out of your demented fantasies, thank you.
Shut the fuck
Got
up. You know you
fucking
want.
roasted, man.
Shut the fuck up. You know you want to.
You got fucking roasted over an open flame, just feel, just smelling that fat, just dripping off into the flame, thus, stoking more of the flame.
I have like -% fat, you cunt. There's no way that's happening.
I know.
I'm
You're skin and bone.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I'm not playing into
It
your
all goes
vor.
to your cute
I'm
cheeks.
not going to play into your cannibalistic vor fantasy, you freak.
Oh, damn.
Counter roast on that faggot. Fuck you.
Ouch. You do have negative. Well, all the body fat just goes to your cute cheeks, though.
When you say
On
you're
your
straight.
face.
When you say you're straight. Yeah, you say I have cute cheeks.
Saying you have like a cute, like, you're like, it's like a kid, it's just like pinchable, cute cheeks. Oh, I mean, he's upset, so everything's noir, black and white now.
Yep.
We look like a Rick Rubin photo. Like if you were to produce our album, this is what it would look like.
Joe Biden is Joe Biden's gonna declare. Only has 10% support. She's not. So Kamala. She ain't getting it. I'm sorry, she's not gonna get it. It's not gonna be Grandpa Bernie or it's gonna be Uncle Joe, dude. And that's really probably. I mean, it's the two crusty old white men fighting for the Democratic Party, basically.
Oh man, that's so
but unfortunately
true.
for Sanders, he's carrying
Joe
something else from
Manchin
his remarkable
or
2016 campaign.
Yuck. Yeah.
Over the weekend, Bernie Sanders felt compelled to make a semi-public. I don't think it wasn't really semi-public; it was public. Plea for his allies
Biden is a
to be on their
possible
best behavior during the
pedophile.
Democratic primaries, or in his
They're
words,
going-
to engage
and then
respectfully with our
leave
Democratic
you two.
opponents, talking about issues we are fighting
Filled
for.
with
not
torture
about
to end the night.
personalities or
Lol.
past grievances.
Good. You deserve it, sir. Everyone
that's
deserves
fine
my torture and pain.
To a point.
Because I am such
But
a
when it
masochistic
comes, like
beauty.
certain things about a person's personality
Proceeds to
or their past
attach
grievances
jumper
relate and
cables to his
pertain directly
nipples.
to
Oh,
politics.
yes.
So,
Intensity
in as far
in my
as
brain.
like Amy Klobuchar, who has no fucking chance of winning, has been kind of run through the rails a little bit about her treatment of people on
2,000
campaign
volts to the
staff and
nipples.
weird behaviors, like
Yeah, dude, Amy Klobuchar, like
wants her mustard a certain
fucking
way, and
bitch.
she yells at the campaign.
apparently she has like really weird shit. She'll like yell at campaign workers and just like belittle them and shit. She's apparently a horrible bitch to work with.
She looks like it.
I know, dude. I'm telling you, she's murdered a
Her
bitch and then
entire-
literally, dude, Amy Klobuchar literally killed a bitch, ripped the face off of that bitch,
and wore
and
like grafted it on
sewn it onto her face, stitch by stitch by stitch.
She did it better than Hannibal Lecter ever could.
And she made sure she had the top doctors to do it. Amy Klobuchar, 2020.
And just had like some time
Biden
to kill the
2020,
stars.
bruh. At this point, I think you're baiting us, dude. There's no way you're being this serious about him. You're baiting me, dude. You're baiting.
You are fucking.
You're
You
bait.
want to like vote for a possible pedophile?
It's not even that, dude. It's just his policies. He's a creep, but I mean, Bernie Sanders is technically, you could make an argument for his creep because he's written some weird fan fiction in the past. But I mean,
Oh, so what? He
yeah,
wrote
so
weird
what?
porn back then. When he
Yeah,
was
exactly.
how old? What
And that kind
what
of
time
behavior,
was
I don't
that?
give
Was
a
that the '60s, right?
Because that none of that
Who the fuck
says
cares?
you can't be an effective president.
I've
If you look
I've
back
written
throughout
it
history,
too.
You find tons of people who
Like
accomplished
that
great
is
things
not
and
only
had
like even if you
weird
posted that as being
personality.
public.
Not to mention,
Is she going to be worse in that regard than Donald Trump?
That doesn't.
No.
That has
So
nothing to do with
so
politics.
Next, but when it
Same
comes
thing
to
with, like, the
things
whole
like,
Monica
let's say,
Lewinsky
Kamala
scandal with Bill
Harris's,
Clinton. I hate Bill Clinton for other
record
reasons.
on criminal
He's a fake
justice.
piece of shit. He's a smooth talking
Yeah,
bullshitter.
that's both a
I
personal
don't hate
attack
him
against
for what
her,
he
but it's
did with
also a
Monica
policy-based
Lewinsky.
attack.
That's irrelevant.
If anything, that's more respect to him.
I don't think anyone should be
That's
using
entirely
kid
fucking
gloves on
irrelevant.
these people. They deserve to take their fucking.
Sorry for all the horrible things that the United States has been doing to Latin America.
Too much of the kid gloves.
We're sorry.
Like the fact that
come on the back of the White House and suck my dick, Monica.
I will literally.
Yeah, the lingering bad blood between the Sanders and Clinton camps had then spilled more fully into public view Monday by the way of a
Where does
Politico
Biden's?
story headlined "Ex-Clinton staff."
It's gonna be an old white fuck. I don't care that it's an old white fuck. But Bernie's a better old white fuck. He's
to fly Sanders on private jets while he was
lol. I can actually remove just comments.
Much of the sniping.
Like, I'd rather have Bernie anyway. Yes, he's an old white
I'm
fuck.
not shocked that while
But he's nowhere near as fucking creepy as Joe Biden. Who would you rather have around your kids? Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden?
Yeah, but also there's some shit that.
Private jet.
I mean, have you seen the videos of Joe Biden like trying to awkwardly kiss a senator's daughter? So cringe, so creepy. And you could tell from the look in her eyes that she is not having it. She's super fucking uncomfortable. He does it even with kids even smaller than that. Of course, it could be indiscriminate, though, because he does this to, like, married women as well. He just... Yeah, it's almost like he's sexually harassing them. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Or like,
Leonardo
I remember
DiCaprio
like
speaks
Dave Portland, like
climate shit.
local news, was doing a whole
none of
circle
that's
jerk
gonna
over.
work. You're
He
fucking
appeared in a local
bullshit.
ice cream shop around kids.
Paul's problems with Bernie are much more substantive,
part
in
I
my
was trying to
opinion,
find a
than
little
that. I can actually see where Paul's coming from. This shit, I don't see it. It's bullshit, especially coming from someone who was an aide to Hillary Clinton, one of the most corrupt,
All right, seriously.
one of the most wealthy politicians
It was
out there.
also written on Slate too.
You're
And
about
Slate
the only one that
sucks.
sees where I'm coming from on that one, TJ.
Am I? Because you know what? I've actually
I took a beat
Bernie
in the
Sanders.
comment section.
Bernie Sanders has
He did take a beating,
explicitly come
dude.
out and said that if he does not get the nomination, he's going to be fully behind whoever
He'll
the
bend the knee,
Democratic
Paul.
nominee is. So he's already stating his intention now to bend the knee to whoever gets the nomination just to defeat Trump. Which I think
Democrats.
But that
I think
happened
that's a
last
deeply
time.
flawed way of thinking.
Yeah,
that
and
last
it's
time
and
and it
it's
didn't
deeply
work.
flawed. Like I agree with TJ. It's a deeply flawed way of thinking. It's just like people always will make points like, well, what would you rather have him do? Endorse Trump or something? No, have him have a pair of balls. And at this point, he should, because this is his only chance now at this point. So if he ain't gonna be, if we're gonna have Kamala Harris as a nominee or some shit or whatever the fuck, then I'd rather him go third party and just make it even more radical for people to to go more left and shit, because that's what we got with the first time, and we'll damn well sure get more of it the second term if that happens. Like, I mean, that's why I'm not so fucking freaked out because, of Trump or whatever. He's a symptom to the whole problem. Yes, he's making shit worse, but goddamn, he's not the end all be all.
But whatever.
Kind of vindicates me a little bit, but
I mean,
yeah,
hell,
but
like I said, dude,
I think
you didn't
Trump
see
is
that comment
impeached. We have
section,
Mike
TJ?
Pence.
Not really.
Yeah.
But I think
You
that
should have read
We
that
have a
shit.
I think that
closeted
people just
homosexual
disagree.
who
I think people
wants
are.
to enforce
Yeah, it goes
I
much
actually-
farther than that.
As a
Okay,
religious
well, you tell
zealot.
me.
That's
You're the one
already pretty
experienced.
scary.
I don't know, man. There's like fucking paragraphs of this shit,
Yeah.
man. I took a fucking drubbing in that comment
There's
section,
people
TJ.
that
That
will
call
ask
me,
visit it.
sure
We
it
can visit
is.
the
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna be on that bed and you're gonna still be watching me,
There's people that
sir.
were going to agree with Paul on the most petty murder that literally had to reverse their vote. They're like, look, Paul's against Bernie. I have to reverse and go with someone else. I mean, that's how fucking deep this goes, dude. The fans
Okay.
have revolted against Paul.
Let's take a look. So I'm going here.
I mean, dude, Twitter, dude. People in revolt on Twitter at your opinions, too, dude.
Wait a minute. This is my video. What the fuck?
It's the wrong video.
Oh, damn, TJ got a little
Wrong
arrogance
video.
there. I don't care about
Or anything. All right. All right.
There we go.
Paul has an impossibly high standard for presidential candidates. Paul is no different than a single issue voter who, even though he agrees with Bernie on virtually everything else, will not support him because of his spite for Hillary. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need.
The Rolling
Rolling
What?
Stone. Yeah, it's funny actually. I heard that song earlier this morning.
Yeah.
Then again, that's because KGON just plays the same shit over and over again. I mean,
Yeah.
not that that's entirely shit. You know, you get.
It's just
you get
I mean,
some of
it's,
Foreigner's good songs.
I mean, honestly, it's just
Some of
such a
their bad songs,
condescending.
too.
I mean, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a condescending remark. It's like impossibly high standards. There's
Yeah,
not
I
like
fucking
what?
hate that too.
Like what's impossibly high? Oh my god, I don't even. I shouldn't even feel like I
If
need to explain
anything,
it.
we're being placated if the establishment Democrats win.
Yeah.
Stones, Paul. The Rolling Stones.
First of all, let me say something.
A Stones quote, man.
Paul is way more of an extremist than Bernie Sanders. I think Paul likes a lot of what Bernie Sanders has to say, but I think Paul goes a lot further than Bernie.
And I'm kind of the same way, but
Bernie is kinda
I'm just pretty much the same way. That's why I
very
don't.
moderate figure.
That's why I agree with a lot
And,
of
I
his
mean,
things,
Paul's
but I
political stance
always
is
say
kinda
I
hard to
prefer to
follow.
go
What do you say to
further.
that, honestly?
But this is a great
What
first
do you
step
say
to
that?
get us on that track.
Do you think your standards are impossibly high?
No.
So
I don't think it's an impossibly high standard to get a candidate that is willing to stand up to the political machine and call bullshit when it happens and not bend the knee to what he described as one of the most horrible politicians ever.
So you're saying like, maybe you're even 70% of the way there with Bernie, but the other 30%, like for you, you have to be pretty much 100%.
Hold on. I'm sympathetic to where Paul is coming from, but I can't agree with the idea a campaign strategy is a disqualifier for supporting and voting for someone that actually cares about you. Also, let's not forget that when Bernie entered the race last time, he made it clear from the beginning he would support Hillary if he didn't win, and he's doing that again. So it's not like he did a 180 and pulled a surprise betrayal on everybody.
I mean, to be fair, that is
Yeah,
true.
but you know, he kind of said that stuff before Hillary outright stole the nomination from him.
But that also is true.
If it was a
He
fair
said that
fight
literally
and
right
she-
at his announcement before he even had a lot of recognition. He's like,
Yeah.
if I fail, because there's a chance I will probably fail, because we are such a very low, obscure campaign currently. End up not being that way. But, you know, it's just like, you know, like at that point I can't fault him for that. But when he came out and just like became popular and started calling it out, and it's like, I actually have a chance. I need to call out this bitch. Fuck her. You won't steal my picnic basket. Get her, boo boo.
Should have done.
Go get her, boo boo.
He shouldn't have endorsed Hillary. Like that.
That is, I mean, if anything, just don't endorse anyone. Just stay out. Just don't.
I would have called her out and said, "You cheated this primary."
If best case scenario, he should have stayed out. Worst case, go third party and fucking, or I guess worst case abstain. But best case for me would have gone third party. But people say he wouldn't have had a chance, but I don't think so. I think it just would have made him a lot more popular, a lot more respectable, especially for people who feel very, very fucked, from the whole system currently.
One, then him supporting her probably wouldn't.
So I
leave as
simply
bad
won't
taste
vote if we
in
get
my mouth
if
and
he
Paul's
ain't
mouth
and
as
or
it
Gabbard.
does. Sure, I mean, it
like,
would still leave a bad
didn't-
taste because I hate Hillary Clinton.
If you win, you
I-
win.
yeah, I absolutely
But
despise Hillary
if
Clinton.
that's what the Democratic voters genuinely chose in a fair,
But luckily, we don't have
unbiased
to
fucking
worry about her
primary,
running. She says,
then
"No, I'm
that's
not
just how
running.
it
I'm
goes.
not going to shut up." So she's still going to be around, but she ain't
In
running.
the very beginning, it was like as soon as
I
Hillary
still wish
announced
she
that
wasn't
basically
even
it was
around.
gonna be
Her
Hillary
very
running
existence
officially,
makes me
It
angry.
would just be like this. It'd be like,
I
there's
wish
a
she
couple
could
of
just
choking
fucking
candidates.
die.
It'd be like Bernie has.
She will soon. Her
delegates,
age
and
is
it's
getting
like
to
Hillary
her.
Clinton has 1,400.
Well,
So
more
if
like
you're
her
the
mental
average
health.
person And you look at that. you're
And just her
like,
health in
it's a
general.
fucking
It's not even her
blowout.
age.
That's it.
She's kind of young.
Paul is continuing to prove he has no idea how to strategize.
No fucking clue.
I wouldn't have blamed Bernie for standing up. Yeah, well, the rest of the establishment would, and they control. Dun dun dun. The media.
I think-
and they would have had a strong case for it. Now they have nothing but bigoted white man narrative, which is tepid at best. I admit it was a low point, but it's not a deal breaker. Not in the slightest. He's a politician. End of.
I think what people are getting
Jimmy
at, Paul,
Zappa has spoken.
I think this is the point maybe you should address. I think a lot of people are saying the only way you can change that is with the process within the system.
It's bullshit. That's bullshit. Most of the most incredible upheavals in societies, and if you look at past societies that have come and gone, have come from outside. It's outside influences. People on the fringes, people on the fucking rebel faction, people standing up. So fuck you. There's like that last comment implies that there's some nobility in being calculating and expressing your opinion. Like, yeah, I might actually feel like Bernie's really unpalatable because he switched on a dime and handed it to Hillary after it was revealed that she totally fucking stole it out from under him. But I'm gonna keep that on the DL because I know the mass media, is gonna turn it against him. It's like, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what the mass media does. Do you understand, motherfucker? I'm against the mass media.
Yeah, we don't give a shit
I
about
don't like
because
it.
the media, no matter what, is always going to
In
be
fact,
against them.
they're desperate
all the time.
They're desperate to silence
and in fact,
people
if
like us.
anything, they're going to be. They've been worse on Gabbard because they don't even like here.
Yeah,
let me just
they are
let
giving Gabbard total shit, like especially on The View. All those overpaid cunts.
Well, no, they gave her coverage on there at least.
Yeah,
and she at least held her ground.
Yeah, but like they still were smearing the shit out of her. Like I found it disgusting, but I actually found it really awesome how Tulsi Gabbard really, with such grace, she was able, to counter their arguments. It was remarkable.
Oh, this was 7 months ago. Okay, that one's old. This is a month ago. Oh, no, she's right there. Okay. So it looks like they're actually starting to... Oh, here we go. There's something.
600 is going to begin in the Democratic.
No one cares, NBC.
3 here in total. We don't think they're all going to run. In fact, a couple of them, in fairness, have now actually taken their names out of the mix. Deval Patrick, the former governor.
Let's see where they get at the end of this.
Terms, lost the Senate race in Texas. Obviously, got a lot of national attention this year. Look at this.
The fuck. Okay, well, he's blocking these, but so 1, 2, 3, 4. So Gabbard ain't even on the top 4 or whatever. She ain't even up in those ones either. At the top 3 on the other ones. Can we get to the other ones? You fuck. Yeah, she's not even on this at all. They
fuck.
Yeah, they totally just exclude her out of it. And to be fair, look.
Move on. It's an online group.
Look, see this fat group? She's right there at the bottom. But they just shove her out of the way. They put Cory Booker up here instead.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, they put Booker the hooker. Bloomberg Oatmeals. Klobuchar. Sherrod the Browns. Chicago Bears. Whatever. Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren. Kamala Kopp Harris. Bernie Sanders. And Beto O'Rourke. And he's on the very top for some reason. Someone else / don't know is 29%. So they just, these 29% of people, who cares, whatever. They don't know. They don't know anything, whatever. So, I mean, it's just absurd. Yeah, NBC's pushing that hardcore. They're trying to keep her out. Like even this one.
Disgusting.
Yeah. They're trying to push the O'Rourke narrative.
All fell down tomorrow, you wouldn't see me crying a single salty tear, motherfucker. Can I be clearer than that? I'm not on the side of the mass media fucks. I don't care what their narrative is going to be.
Because it's for the establishment anyway.
My opinion is mine. So fuck you. I know how to strategize. I just don't do it when it comes to being honest about how I feel.
Boom. Oof. I just love it when he gets
the argument well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about Paul. He's really able.
You can really respect him for able to stand up to what he actually thinks. That's why
not only can he stand up for himself, but also for his ideas. But he's able to give a compelling argument at will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm half asleep right now, but this is
he
why
actually
you're
was
a fucking
very
idiot.
But he was very sleep deprived too. At the Flash Friday when they did it, he was like, "I've only got 3 hours of sleep. Fuck, ugh."
Yeah.
And they started off with this Bill Hicks thing.
Is it alright if I take a nap in that garage room?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yeah, because it's late as fuck anyway.
Yeah, I'm like really sleepy.
Yeah, well, I can imagine, especially working so much too.
Yeah, 10-hour day. It's awesome though. I get Fridays off.
Nice. I generally do too, so that'll be good. That'll be Gucci. Someone's been secretly.
See if I can get back home in the morning. Yeah, I better head over there.
You're just gonna go in there now? Just say, "Fuck this stream, I'm out. I'm just done."
I can't stay awake.
Damn. It's it's literally just like barely past midnight too.
No,
damn, this is the first.
12:33.
Yeah, this is the first actually. Usually we go.
Though, like,
yeah.
I need to stop staying up. So
yeah,
late.
This is good though, because I mean, usually we're always like going on so
5
long.
in the morning.
It's a good time for me to wrap it up. Anyway, I got one more bowl to do it.
Okay, is it cool if I leave these things?
Yeah, that's fine. Just sleep jacket there, yeah.
Just wanted to be sure. I was telling my mom, like, I should probably come back, but I'm like, no, I can't.
I'm just like, I'm too tired. I just, fuck this. Alright.
Good night, man.
Good night, man. I didn't expect him to just, like, plop out so quick out of that. That was funny, though. I was like, oh, he's going to bed now? Alright, whatever. That's fine. I know he knows I don't really care that much. He's chilled in that room before, too, so. It's actually kind of a nice little snuggle spot, that little room in the garage. It's like my background whenever I'm out there doing my shit. So, anyway, well, it's a good time for me to wrap it up at least, so finish off with this last bowl. I don't know who the weird little hoe is watching secretly. Just sitting there, observing. Curiosity has intrigued the mysterious cat, It's intrigued our little kitty, haven't it? Probably scaring him off, or her off, or whoever. Yeah, I gotta go to bed. Yeah, we all do, don't we? Actually, I did, Robert had these little guys, these, like, melatonin, like, sleeping pill things, and I'm just like, you know what, I'll try them. I did last night, and they didn't honestly work at all, but I'm feeling a little, so I'm thinking I might be able to work for tonight. Get a little dinner in me, and have that and try to go sleep. So, get a good schedules. Visit the Treito Jose's and see what that's all about. Because, interesting little things to learn about it, but whatever. Definitely be better than what I got going now. God damn it. Keep talking too much so this torch keeps going out. Giving to mom after a few days to kick in. Evidently. Because now I'm feeling a little groggy now, but then, not at all. So, interesting enough, but whatever. Anyway, I'll leave you all to your own businesses and all your own accords. So, get out of here. Shoo! Be gone, peoples. Nothing's going on anymore. No more. Nothing happens. Nothing happens beyond this point. Shoo! Give you some time to be gone. Be gone, you thoughts. Shoo!